What is going on, you lovely people? It's your boy Wolf Queen. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are doing good, especially in the midst of all these crazy current events. But I have decided to come back for a special edition of Real Vision. I felt like the streets needed it. And as always, to join me in my shenanigans, I have my lovely, scrumptious, handsome, delicious, and wild as fuck homeboy here with me. Steph, introduce yourself to the people, please.
Hello. It's me. I'm Steph. I'm back once again. Um, yeah, I got nothing. I mean, it's just good to be back. It's just good to be back. Like you said, we do kind of need this. Do need whatever reprieve we can. Um, and I don't know. Like it's just a perfect night for it, I guess.
Yes, it's a perfect night, man. Listen, we finally got a little bit of rain over here. It's
Mm.
for the past couple weeks, we had fire warnings or some shit. So
Oh
listen,
wow.
if we did not get a lick of rain, bro, it would have been bad for us. All it would have just taken the one spark. Boom. Oh wait, actually, I can't even say that. Was my fault, YouTube. Wait, that's not what I meant. But yeah, so it was looking crazy for us. But yeah, all jokes aside, man. Yeah, listen, the timeline has been crazy. It's been a bunch of people going back and forth, finger pointing and all this. And I ain't gonna hold you. I normally don't let the timeline and the internet get to me, but you know what, man? Listen, it kind of got to me a little bit. And also it pained me because there's a bunch of dope comic books that came out and ain't nobody talking about it. Nobody talking about it. Fucking Absolute Superman came out, and I
Exactly.
barely see the streets talking about it. Oh, hold up. Oh shit. Oh shit. We got somebody else joining us with the shenanigans today.
What's going What's going on, man?
What's going on, bro? Reintroduce yourself to the people, dog. We just went live.
Yeah, y'all know me by now. I'm AJ. Good to be here. Talk a little bit of comics with the fellas.
Word. So yeah, I was just talking about how everything went down, and I felt like a lot of these good comic books that came out, they kind of got shoved under the rug due to current events.
Yeah,
So
yeah. This was the wrong week for a lot of books to come out. Really.
Yeah.
wrong week, wrong week. So you know what? First off, because it's a Friday night, y'all just see me, pour a little something in the glass. Now I'm gonna start off with a toast. I don't know if y'all want to join me or not. If you're at home and you want to join in, by all means. But I'm gonna start off with a toast. It's been a crazy fucking week. I got my wonderful whiskey here, so listen. Cheers to a good fucking night, fellas. Cheers to a good night,
Yes, sir.
and cheers to
Absolutely. I
everybody
hear that.
back at home. But yeah, yo, let's jump in, man. So I kind of want to save Absolute Superman for last
Okay.
because
Okay.
I think we got to do right and talk about Avengers 20. Avengers 20. I don't know if Steph, you read Avengers 20. I know AJ read Avengers
I
20.
haven't.
Listen, this has got to be one of the best issues of Black Panther. I'm not even calling it Avengers, of Black Panther. The
Really?
last
Yeah. No,
couple of
that's
years.
more than fair.
Like I gave Jed McKay a lot of shit. I just put out a video talking about how I'm not feeling that run. But I thought this issue was about to be on some bullshit, but nah. Like even in those 20 or some pages, or however how long that issue is, I felt like we got something that a lot of Black Panther fans needed. Mainline Black Panther fans needed. Like it
Man, who are
showcased
you telling,
T'Challa.
bro?
It put him in the spotlight. It highlighted his strengths. That talked about where he came from because things have been crazy in this book. And if I'm reading this correctly, I think this is a setup for a potential new Black Panther series. But overall, that was a dope fucking issue. Jed McKay, he don't want at least 5 more issues out of me. That's how good it was. And I was thinking about
Damn.
dropping this book. AJ, what do
Yeah.
you think?
Um. Before I give praise to McKay, and he definitely deserves it for this issue, I want to give it to Cheryl Eaton, the writer from Black Panther Blood Hunt.
Yes,
She's
yes.
kind of set the energy for T'Challa this year. She did an interview. It was a podcast. I'm forgetting the name right now. If anybody knows, they can correct me, but I'm drawing a blank right now. She and her ethos when writing that story was T'Challa doesn't need to be humbled, right? Like he is him, and as far as the character that a lot of black superhero fans look to a lot
Mm-hmm.
of in the Marvel universe. When you think of black heroes, it's him at the top, and then everybody else is fighting for second place. You could say Storm. All right, I'll put Storm up there with him, but other than those two, everybody else is like a distant second at best. Um, I know people are going to talk about Blade. They'll talk about Miles has gotten so popular within the past 5-6 years or so. It's T'Challa, dog, and this issue was a good reminder for folks because for whatever reason. Now, if you don't know, you don't know. That's fine. But
Mm-hmm.
if you've been reading comics for any length of time, Marvel especially for any length of time, like I don't know how you can sit and watch the past few years of how they've handled Black Panther pretty much since um Coates' run ended. I don't know how you can think that he's being handled well in any
Mm-hmm.
medium. Like
Mm-hmm.
forget we all know what's happening in the MCU. Forget that for a minute, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the comics, oh, we're gonna remove him from the throne again. Oh, we're gonna exile him from his country. It's like, dog, what are we doing? Ridley's run. He had Captain America, the face of white superheroes, tell this man to go back to Africa. Bro, what are we doing here?
Oh,
Yeah, that
What
happened.
are
That happened. That
what
happened.
are we doing here, dog? Like I'm sorry. Like to be a T'Challa fan is to just be in a constant state of annoyance for the past few years.
Like,
And like we get these little sparks. Cheryl Lynn Eden, she was probably the last one.
yeah.
Hill's work in the Ultimates has been a godsend.
Amen.
But
Yes.
again, that's not the main universe, dog. Like
Mm-mm.
this man has been treated like shit in the main universe, and now it's seeping into other things, right?
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
The Avengers game, which has kind of crashed and burned. Same thing. Hey, let's take him off the throne. Let's get him away from this. Um, the two new games he has coming. One is set in World War II. I don't expect him to be T'Challa to be the focal point. Black Panther in World War II. That'd be dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Fine, whatever. Why in the first game that you're solo Black Panther game that we've heard about over 2 years ago now, we still don't know who we're playing as. Like,
I ain't gonna hold you, but I don't think that
Yeah.
game coming out. I don't think that
I don't either because I think it's so much just already negative energy around it, dog.
yeah.
Like, I think people are realizing, hey, man, we might have fucked up. Like, if the rumors of it being a create your own Black Panther, like, dog, say
Oh,
less,
nah, bruh.
like keep that shit,
Nah.
bro. Like, so if that's what the energy is that they've been on, you can have that. So to get this issue 20,
Mm-hmm.
Avengers 20, T'Challa's gone into what is it the Meridian Diadem, I think it's called,
Yeah.
and he's basically deciding, he's going to liberate all the captors in there. Dog, just watching him take down the biggest, the baddest of all the gang leaders in there, and just winning over all the other captives, all the other gang members. And at the end, they're looking at him like, "Yo, nah, this is our guy. This is gonna be the guy who gives us our freedom, frees us from oppression." And like you see, they are chanting Panther,
Black
dog. Like,
Panther. What's my name?
right,
Black
right,
Panther.
exactly. You see him as a tactician. You see him as a martial artist. You see him, even though he says it like he kind of is wary of it, but he's saying, "Is this? Am I creating a new kingdom for myself?" Like it reminds you that why he was a king and why
Mm-hmm.
the kind I don't want to sound conservative, right? First off, I saw your title, no politics. in the sense of comics. I don't want to sound like this, but yo, we've got some of these like just woke isn't even the right word, but in the sense of the comics, the monarchy in Wakanda has not been a bad thing, but you have allowed real world connotations around monarchies to kind of
Yeah.
inflict the writing of how T'Challa was handled. Like when they first started all this, oh, we don't need a king, we need democracy and all this. Like that was when a lot of the negative press was coming to the British monarchy in Europe. Well, I should say the latest
Mhm.
round of negative press. They've been getting negative press for hundreds of years, but how they were treating Meghan Markle, how the
Mm.
how they were looking at the citizens like, hey, they're hoarding all this wealth, or they're spending all this money for weddings and pomp and circumstance shows. The Queen's, what was it, whatever birthday it was, and the people are suffering here. All of that is true, and all of that is fucked up.
Keep it away from the books.
None of that needs to take place in a comic book,
Keep it from the
dog.
books.
Like T'Challa has been a king that his people have worshipped and adored for the longest. Has he made mistakes? Absolutely. I'm not going to sit here and say that he hasn't, but you don't have to bring your real world baggage into his story, dog. So,
And that's why that issue was so good, because
yes, dog.
it took place after, all the craziness of, Fall of X, Blood Hunt. It was his own standalone issue. Anybody could come in. The premise was very simple. He is on a mission. He's trying to save these people, and it's you understand who T'Challa is. You understand where he comes from, and then you just got to see him cook. I'll be honest with you, right? Outside of Black Panther, um, outside of Ultimate Black Panther, the only Black Panther that I'm reading right now is Christopher Priest, because I
Okay.
just started that one. I have the I don't know.
It's excellent.
It's not
Run.
it's not a compendium, but like it's not a trade. It's just like these deluxe editions, whatever the fuck it is. So I'm reading that right now. I got a lot of that I kind of got of like that energy, and then I kind of got that energy from Hill's Ultimate, and I got that energy from Eaton's book all in one with that issue, with this issue of McKay's. I felt like I was reading multiple great examples of T'Challa put into one, and then somebody just took it and ran with it. And my gosh, like, I know this issue is gonna sell well. Avengers always
Yeah.
sells well, but listen, Black folk, y'all turned up for what's her name's Eaton's Blood Hunt. That shit, I think that went into second printing. Y'all got to make this one go into second printing, y'all. It's a single issue. Nah, bro. That issue was good. Not even good. That shit was heat. I read that shit 3 times. I don't read comic books 3 times. 2 is enough for me. I read that bitch 3.
Yeah. It seems like McKay's giving us a little mini arc with this. I guess he's gonna maybe split it between this and whatever the Avengers are gonna have going with Doom. But I said it on the timeline, like if you're not gonna give the next Black Panther run to Eaton, which I don't know what their plans are as far as a creative team. If you're not gonna give it to her, McKay is your guy. I know he's got that would be like 3 big marquee books that he'd be on, so maybe he would have to drop something, but like what's that?
He's Moon Knight. He's on Moon Knight. He's on
he's
Avengers. He's on X-Men. He's
Well,
on
that should be at least
that's
4. Yeah,
3.
he would have to drop
his
something.
Doctor Strange is over.
It's Doctor Strange is over.
Strange run ended. Yeah.
It's over. But yeah,
so that might be asking a little bit much to do at a high level, but he's just another one that I'll add to the pile of saying, hey, guys, we don't always have to match demographics up perfectly as to who's going to write a story. Like, we have seen white guys write great T'Challa stories before. Hickman is the shining example, but then you get Jason Aaron, and sometimes Aaron can be iffy, but his T'Challa was fire, and now McKay. Like, if you're not going to give it to Eaton, which she is still my first choice,
they should
give it to McKay. Like
Yeah.
he showed you right here. This could be almost like a backdoor pilot. Like you could take this energy and you don't even need T'Challa in Wakanda for his next run.
No,
Do the International Empire of Wakanda again. Like send him back in space and just let him cook.
he's already in space now.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You could build off of that. What's going on in Avengers 20 and however long this little arc lasts, you could build off of that and launch his next run up beautifully. That's what I would do anyway. There are other people in charge over there who've got their own plans, but for a while now, their plans with the character haven't really worked. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Let's try something different.
Yeah, and also what I said this too, and I said it in the Black Panther video that I put out. Um, yo, sometimes you just gotta let a character be outside of an ongoing, man. Sometimes you just need that alley oop. Sometimes that character just needs to be put on ice. But put on
Yeah,
ice doesn't mean the put on ice doesn't always mean we don't see this character again. Put on ice can literally mean, yo, put them in a team book,
mm,
put them somewhere.
Mm.
Let them interact with the greater universe. Let them interact with a team. And then hopefully, like what we're seeing now, you get an alley oop. This is an alley oop. I don't know if we get this if they were trying to do a whole other Black Panther book. I don't know if we get this. I'm sorry. Because this right here, this is the most this is the second time in the last year that I've seen legitimate hype for T'Challa, and it was outside of an ongoing. That's saying
yeah.
something. That's saying something. So I don't know, Steph, bro, pick up Avengers 20. You don't even have to know what's happening. You don't even need to read the previous Black Panther shit, bro. You just read Avengers 20.
All right, let me just
Read
go get it
Avengers
right
20.
now.
Say, also, by the way, we got 6 people in this bitch. Hey, make yourselves known. What comic books are you reading? You know, it don't gotta be nothing recent. You know, it could be older shit. But listen here, we're here to have a good time. I got the whiskey and I got my homies. But yeah, we just talking about Avengers 20, which we're about to close soon. But yeah, y'all, if I haven't read Avengers 20, listen, go pick that shit up. And like I
All
said,
right, I just bought it.
McKay, he made a believer out of me, dog. That he made a believer because I don't know how long this arc is gonna go to, but hopefully by the time it's done, the actual story of Avengers could pick up. But I'm excited. I'm fucking excited. But there's some other dope books that came out this week though. Like I know
Hi,
I'm
Elvis.
gonna wait. Oh, what
I'm
happened?
sorry to interrupt. Hi,
Oh yeah,
Elvis.
that's right, Elvis. What's going on, bro? We'll get you in here in a bit. We'll get you in here in a bit. Um, Hold on, but we had a couple other dope books that came out this week, and I want to make sure they get their shine. I don't know if I'm the only one that read this one, but um Batgirl. Batgirl came out this week. Tate
That was
Brombo,
excellent.
bro. Listen, this was one of my favorite number ones in a very long time. A very long time. It was simple. It was nothing crazy. Like I think it might have been too simple, but too simple is not a bad thing.
Mm.
And the meat and potatoes of this was the push and pull between Cass and Shiva. And I'll tell you right now, the artist, what's his name? Their name is
Takeshi Miyazawa.
Tateshi. Oh, yo, pay him, pay him, pay him, pay him to stay on this book as long as possible. Do not let this motherfucker go.
Yeah.
Do not let this motherfucker go.
I was surprised with Batgirl. I said I was gonna give the first issue a shot, but I, the last thing with Batgirl related Batgirls kind of crashed and burned. So I didn't know how this was gonna go. I didn't think they had a really kind of good direction for any of the Batgirls at the moment. So this was a pleasant surprise. I'm always gonna take more Shiva in things. But yeah, like you said, art was fantastic. The dynamic between her and Cass was great. It looks like we're setting up a new faction of enemies. Maybe I don't. They didn't look to be league related, so I
Mm-mm.
guess she's got another cult of ninjas after Shiva. That sometimes is a thing at times. So I mean, I really enjoyed it. I'm glad DC seems to be getting back to the martial arts side of the universe a bit. You know, we just had um, the last Robin run. That whole book centered around a martial arts tournament on an
Mhm.
island. You got Connor coming back over the past couple of years. You got King setting up a this Black Canary book between her and surprise surprise Shiva. Now you have this with
Oh,
Cass
King
and
blocked me, by
Shiva.
the way.
King
He
blocked
blocked
you?
you?
What did you do, bro?
What did you do?
I deserved it. My fault, yo. I deserved it.
Okay,
Uh,
what did you do?
You're a King fan, so I'm trying to figure out. Like, wait,
nah, nah. So he tweeted out about the Black Canary book, and I did
oh
a
yeah,
callback to what happened a couple months ago. I said, "Yo, I'm ready. I got the
Oh
Vaseline."
tell me
And then
no.
he,
Oh no, come on.
no, man.
Oh man,
No. What is wrong with you?
that
he
motherfucker
said I
hit
don't.
block
He
so
said I
quick.
don't need that headache again. He was like, this motherfucker got me in trouble last time. I don't need this.
Yo, I ain't never seen somebody block me so fast, dog. But I couldn't even be mad. I was like, yo, I deserve that. I deserve.
Nah, that's hilarious. That's hilarious, yo.
But keep going, keep going.
I don't completely forgotten the martial arts side. Yeah, it seems like they're getting back to the martial arts side of their universe, which is man, that's so long overdue. We've got Cass, we've got Shiva showing up, you've gotten Connor, you've gotten Damien stepping up his fighting game. Dog, throw me in a bronze tiger somewhere, and I'm happy.
Mm,
Um, I'm good choreographed fights, technical fights, stuff like keep superpowers far away from it. Just throw
mhm.
hands, and I'm having a good time. So because of that, I loved Batgirl #1, and I added it
Oh
to my
yeah.
pull list. I was like, man, I hope I can find a physical copy of #1 somewhere because I didn't pre-order it because I've been kind of iffy on the Batgirls as of late. But this was a good book. They cooked. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Yeah, and I think Tate Brombo said that they exceeded pre-orders. So
Nice, nice.
if I don't know, maybe you might be able to find a physical, maybe not. But I wouldn't be surprised if this one sells out because I think I think Cass has been out of the two. Actually, let me start off by saying this. And I know I'm going to piss some people off. Don't care about Stephanie Brown. I think I've said it before. I don't care about Stephanie Brown.
You're
Stephanie
not
Brown
alone in that opinion.
could like Stephanie Brown could get wiped out in a crisis or something, and I wouldn't blink twice. Um, Completely boring character, but Cass, you can tell there's been a genuine effort because um, Cass was a co-star in Spirit World, which if you guys have not read Spirit World, that was one of the best books last year
Yeah.
by Alyssa Wong. Go check that one out. So Cass was a co-star in that one. Kelly Thompson has been writing her ass off with Cass in Birds of Prey. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and Ram V, because Cass was pretty heavy in well, at least
In
towards
his
the end
detective
of
run. Yeah.
Detective Run. Yeah, so he was heavy there, and then now this. So I don't know who at DC decided to finally start to put some good energy behind Cass, but she needed it, and this is the culmination of that. And I don't know, I don't know if this is even a mini. The wording, and some sites it says it's a mini, some sites it says it's ongoing. Listen, if we keep up with the same energy, please make it an ongoing. If it's not,
Right.
please.
I haven't heard anything as far as everything I saw was saying ongoing, but we've seen that change before. But if the numbers are good, which I they apparently are for issue 1, and I think that was a high enough quality issue 1 to where you're not going to have a major drop off by the time you get to issue 2. So if it's not an ongoing, I think we can get it to an ongoing.
Oh yeah. So hey, listen, y'all. I can't wait to actually look at the sales, and I would love to see Batgirl within the top 50, if not the top 10 or 20, because you can tell they put a good effort behind this one. Like we need more, like we need more, female representation in comic books, especially good female representation. Birds of Prey is dope. Um, Batgirl they're following along with that same energy. Wonder Woman is fucking dope, even though King don't like me, but it's okay. I'm still gonna buy your book, homie. Um, Listen, we got Black Canary that's about to come out. Power Girl. I wish I could say good things about Power Girl, but that book just tanked, so I'm sorry there. But I can see DC trying. They really trying over here to put the females back on top, and I'm here for it, man. I'm here for it. But yeah, but listen, I I think we could stop bullshit. All right, so Absolute Superman came out. This is the book where it pained me that there wasn't enough talk about it on the timeline. I get it, things happened, but I know the hype behind this one was crazy. So I unfortunately didn't get to read all of Absolute Superman. I got to halfway, but even the little bit that I read, this shit good. Like, and if I could rank it right now between how I feel about this, Wonder Woman, and Batman, I'm gonna go on good faith, and I don't typically do this. I'm gonna put Absolute Superman as number one. I'm gonna put Batman number two, and I'm gonna put Wonder Woman at number three. I'm only putting Batman at two because I'm sorry, I know it's a different take on Batman, but to me, I feel like if you just swap out a couple of things, this is more or less of a higher quality run of the mill Batman book. But I feel like here with Superman, there's a legitimate change here. Like you can tell this is a new universe. Wonder Woman, I need to let Kelly Thompson cook a little bit more. It wasn't bad, but I need to let her cook a little bit more. But you guys have probably read it. I want to hear your thoughts. Steph, what are your thoughts?
All right. I love all of the books, right? I think all of the books are pretty good. If I had to rank it, I thought I was alone in saying Wonder Woman is at the bottom. But I guess not. I
You hate
kind
women,
of
bro? Just say
struggle.
that. You hate women?
Listen. Me being a misogynist has nothing to do with anything. All right. I could have phrased that better. Listen. Okay. Like I said, like I like all three of the books. I think all three number ones were actually pretty sick. I think I really do kind of struggle with Batman being at the top. It was at first, but the more I kind of sit on Superman, the more it's kind of moved its way up. Honestly, I feel like Superman is probably at the top now. I do think for me, when like the first, obviously I think the worst part of any of these books is in Batman. It is the like the epilogue pages at the end. I didn't feel really anything when I've read them the first time, but the more I think about it, I'm like, we really have to do that now? Like out the gate, did we have to just acknowledge who that was? And obviously, it's been a month. I think we can say it. The Joker tease at the end of the book.
Yeah.
I don't think we. I mean, like maybe in the long run, it works out, which is why I was like, I didn't want to say I don't like it just out the gate, because it's like, maybe it was good that he did this at the end of the first issue of all places. But like, I don't know. I feel like we could have just waited on that. But other than that, the issue was mostly sick. I love the fact that it was, from the POV of Alfred for most of the issue. I like that. I love the color work more than anything else. Like the artwork is like fantastic. Like
Yeah.
Nick Dragata was great. But the color work was the thing that kind of stuck out to me. I know this is like one, it's like one thing, but that specific shade of purple that Frank
Mm.
used for the smoke bombs, that one just like stuck out to me. But let me get back to Superman real quick. Superman is probably at the top. I'm gonna be honest. Wonder Woman is really good. I like the whole establishing like the angle of like cultural erasure and whatever, and that's gonna be like a very big prevailing theme throughout that book. I think that's a really good thing. I love, her obviously being a witch raised in hell. That's a nice subversion, right? Yeah. But Superman is the real surprise because I had like no hype for this at all up until like a week beforehand. And I was like, because like I'm not really that versed on Aaron. So like I keep hearing like, oh, he can be really good and he could be fucking just absurd dog shit. And I'm like, okay.
That's accurate.
Yeah. I hear his Avengers and his She-Hulk run is like doo-doo, but his Thor is generational. And I'm like, okay. So it's like, okay, mixed bag with him, I guess. But then like this and like, the obviously the art and the color work, Sandoval, and I forget who the colorist is, but hats off to them because this book is gorgeous. But I do like I do I really kind of messed with a lot of this. I think the suit having an AI, that's
Oh yeah.
a neat idea. Obviously, him not having a cape really like in the actual comic, but then because it's made like from like Krypton ash or something. Like I don't that whole thing. That's great. Changing the S to being like the symbol of like the downtrodden working class. Like that's I know we said no
Fire.
politics. I know we said no politics, but
I
in
don't
like
know. No, it's fine. I hear it's fine.
no. It's just like in this past like few. It's been a few years, right? But like especially now, because I'm seeing it on the timeline again. There's been like this very big push to try and claim that Superman is like a conservative character, right?
I
They
think
keep trying to claim him.
That's people who watched Smallville too long and they saw that Jonathan Kent ran as a Republican for Senate or something or some shit. I'm like, come on,
Yeah,
guys, that's one story in one continuity of a show that nobody has acknowledged in comics ever. Like, get over yourselves.
yeah,
Nothing
and
about Clark Kent has ever been conservative.
yeah. The dude is like basically an undocumented. He's basically an illegal immigrant.
Mm-hmm.
You really think about it. Like his whole stick is using like the power of the press to topple like a billionaire, trying to scapegoat him and people like him for problems they don't cause. Like there's not a right wing bone in this fucker's body. Like so it's like them being like very explicit and having him be like the actual champion of the oppressed again, like in the most deliberate, like explicit way possible. Like this was really nice. This was really nice. But yeah, I've rambled too long. Let me let me
No, you're
hand the
fine.
mic
No,
over to
this is what
someone
we're
else.
here for.
I know, but AJ hasn't talked like basically at all. I want to let him talk.
Oh man, you good. But
Keep cooking. Keep cooking.
All right. I really like that Peacemaker is just a goon now.
Oh yeah, it's right.
Yeah, Peacemakers are just like soldiers now. I kind of like that. That's a neat one. Yeah, I really just like everything about this. I love issue 3, like the cover for issue 3 has crypto on it. And like I think this, yeah, like at the end of this issue had crypto on it. I like that, like, there's, you could see that picture. Yeah, there it is. There's Peacemaker. Yeah, there he is. But it's like you can see in like all of the covers, it like looks like super edgy and like way more like intense and kind of more like an attempt at like a darker Superman, and it is that. But then it's like,
Mhm.
then you got Crypto the fucking super dog, and it's like,
Mhm.
he'll he'll lighten up the book. I like. Yeah, I'm out. I'm out of stuff to I'm out of stuff to
No,
say. I
it's
like.
all good, bro. It's all good. I love to hear the energy, dog. I love to hear. What
Yeah.
about you, AJ? How did you feel?
I've liked to loved all the Absolute books. Superman is probably the one that frustrates me the most out of all of them.
Really?
So far,
Hmm.
I mean, don't it's a great number one, but there are things within it that are frustrating for me, and there's super nitpicky, but that just happens sometimes. Um, the crest, I'm of two minds about, right? Like the S being the symbol of being representing the downtrodden. Great, that's a callback to Superman. You're taking him back to his everyman roots of like, hey, yeah, going up against billionaires, fighting, exposing corruption, and all of that. That's 100% Superman, right? And that's what he should always, at his purest form, stand for. I
Hmm.
do not dispute that. The crest should be individualized to each house, each family house on Krypton, right? Like you
Mm,
have
Yeah.
Zod has his own crest. Ursa has her own crest. Feora has her own crest. The L's have their own crest. Dax has his own crest. Like
oh
everybody should have their
shit!
own crest. And
Tony Todd died.
Wait, what?
huh?
Hold on.
No. No,
What?
no, 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 no.
Well, I mean, Elvis just tweet. Elvis just let us know.
Motherfucker, yo.
Wait, hold on.
Oh,
Yes, he
man.
did.
Hold on.
Jesus.
Hold on.
Oh, come the fuck on, man.
Hold on.
Yeah,
Oh man.
Deadline reported it out
Oh
about 9 minutes ago.
man. Oh man. Oh
Jesus.
man.
Damn it, man. Died 2 days ago. No cause of
Oh,
death provided. Jesus, man.
oh man. We're gonna take a second and say rest in peace to Tony Todd. Um,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
legend in the game, certified legend in the game. Um, yeah. Thoughts, prayers, condolences to his family. Obviously, you guys who are fans. Yeah. Oh man, damn, damn. 69 too. I still think at 69 you got a lot of life to live, but
Yeah, absolutely.
man,
Yeah.
rest in peace, man. Rest in peace, yo. Rest in peace. Yeah. Take this last swig of whiskey. Actually, you know what? Now this is. Let me pour a little something. Pour a little something out, man. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. If I pour one out.
I guess the story is just breaking. It's not a ton of information out about it. Jesus, man. Absolutely rest in peace. Condolences to his family, loved ones. Oh, Jesus, man. That's kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's.
Oh man. But yeah, we ain't gonna forget you, dog. We ain't gonna forget you, God. Yeah, but felt like we already on stream. Thank you, Elvis, for letting us know.
Yeah.
But yeah. But AJ, yeah, back to what you were saying, man. You said you wish that the crests were,
Yeah,
individualized.
I
Yeah.
just that was one change that didn't I didn't particularly care for. And for the longest in the run, I thought that was going to be the one of the only changes because I mean, obviously, except for the big one, like Clark was on he's on Krypton as other than just being a toddler. So he knows his parents, so that's another level of trauma that he's gonna have. But so that was a change. Like I said, I didn't really care for, and then you kind of start seeing things, and I'm thinking, I didn't know which Jason Aaron I was gonna get here, and I'm like, some of this doesn't seem that much different yet. There's a kind of a caste system on Krypton, like, and not exactly the same way, but we've seen that before.
Hmm.
Environmental issues leading to the downfall and ultimate destruction of the planet. Yeah, we've seen that before. Um, but throwing Jor-El in the workers' core, but he still seems to be a scientist at heart, even though he's you know um, examining the minds. But where he got caught me, it was a callback to way, way, way back in the day. I have to even go look through some old runs or encyclopedias and stuff and see it. But the Laura Lorvan callback to Clark's mother was an astronaut. And this one, she never got to get a chance, but she wanted to be
Oh.
one. I like, all right, Aaron, I'm in. You got me. So
Mm.
so I'm like, oh, okay, you did your homework here. Um, so she's obviously seems to be somewhat of a mechanic. I don't know about engineer necessarily, but definitely mechanical aspects to her. What she does for a living, I really like that. Um, Kryptonite is brutal in this universe. Apparently, like
Woo.
the way
Yeah.
it just shredded the skin off of them. I was like, wow, that's intense.
Hmm.
And so when we see Clark on Earth, right? We still don't know yet how. We know how the destruction, how Krypton is going to go, right? But we don't know how we get there. That's going to be interesting to see. But when we get to it, seeing him on Earth has obviously been a few years. He's older. Um, it's kind of it almost seems like he's a little off mentally, right? Which you would
Yeah.
expect. Major culture shock
Hmm.
and all of this. He is not like in the main universe where Clark lands on Earth as a baby. He's he has his upbringing on Earth. He doesn't even know from another world until much later in his upbringing. No, this is a kid who lived. It's partially the Supergirl story, right? She
Hmm.
grows up on Krypton. She has people on Krypton. She knows her family. She has friends, and well, in this case, he probably has friends, and all of that gets taken away from him. So now he's on Earth, and he doesn't really know how to adjust. It seems like he apparently speaks very quietly, and part of that might be him talking to the AI because
Mm.
one of the miners thought, hey, are you talking to me? And he's not even acknowledging him. So you got that kind of back and forth to where they think something's off with him, and something probably clearly is, but not in the way that they think. Um, but seeing him, like I said, champion of the downtrodden and oppressed. The miners getting to the mine and all their work's been completed. They apparently there was an asbestos cloud that had been exposed.
Hmm.
He's taken care of that, gotten that all out, and he's made that mine more productive than it ever should have been that fast. And now you see the corporations who own it, they're mad that they're mad that the productivity has increased, which is only going to make you all more money, but
Hmm.
because you cannot uh with that being taken care of, you now have limited means to continue to oppress these people because the job has been completed. And so you see that was really their true goal all along. Not
They promised them
the
some like shitty bonus.
right, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the profit you make from the mine is just a bonus. You just want to be a dick to these people. And
Hmm.
so he's they're like, nah, we're not going to do this. And clearly this has been his MO all over the world, helping people against corporations, and his
Hmm.
suits telling him like, hey, bro, we need to kind of stop doing this. You're the last one of your planet, and you keep putting yourself in these dangerous situations.
Fuck them.
Like yeah, yeah, you're so much stronger and faster and more powerful than these people, but eventually they're going to catch up to you, and that's not going to be
Hmm.
good for you. Um, Wait, damn. No, you said you only read halfway. I don't want to give away one of the twists at the end. So I'll let you finish it. But Lois Lane is introduced in a really good way that I love to see going forward. How that relationship plays off. But my ranking for the absolute books is probably, see, for the longest I just had it straight up in the release order. It was Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman. I think Wonder Woman has probably moved up to my number one slot. Now, Absolute
Ooh,
Superman,
okay.
Now, Absolute Superman, I've only read once, so I'll give that a couple more read throughs, and it might move. But right now, it's number 3, and Batman is number 2.
Okay.
Wonder Woman is up there. I mean, don't get me wrong; it was a great issue. It's good, but it's also up there because it's just so funny to me seeing the response, everybody loving this shit when it's has numerous things that you all claim to hate in a Wonder Woman story. Wonder
Uh-oh.
Woman doesn't need a sword. Oh, she got a
Yeah.
big ass Buster sword, but y'all love it now. Wonder Woman doesn't kill. What? Yeah, the people came back. I mean, the monsters came back to life at the end, but she was sure. Very liberal with how she was swinging that sword. And I don't mean liberal in the political sense, folks. I mean liberal as not giving a damn about who that thing hit. But we love it. You know, let somebody else write that story. So, let a man write that story, and it's a problem. But
Oh boy.
that isn't neither here nor there.
Oh.
But so that's kind of just been some nice. I just put that number one on my list because y'all like when she does these things. After all, it just I guess it depends on who's telling you that story. But all in all, that's my ranking for the absolute verse thus far. And the only other issue I have with it, I wish maybe we would have, out of the first 3 books, I don't know if we had to get the Trinity, all 3 of them. We could have got another one of these absolute books before Superman or Wonder Woman or Batman. Like sprinkle somebody else in there. But that's all.
Yeah. No, I'm not mad at that. I see why they did it. I thought the same thing. I was just like, I mean, mainline Batman selling pretty fine. Mainline Superman selling pretty fine. Mainline Wonder Woman selling pretty fine. Yeah,
I
you
don't know
could.
if you looked Superman and Superman and Wonder Woman. Yeah, I looked up to see how the absolute books did, and of course, Absolute Batman is number 1. Absolute Wonder Woman is number 2. Regular Batman, I have to look again. Like, I don't even think he was in the top 20. Which for
No
most
way.
books,
What?
yeah,
No, no,
for
no, no.
most
Wait a
books,
Wait,
minute.
hold on. When did it come out though? When did that come out though? Did it come out like when did they catch the data?
That's a good question.
Yeah, because that's to make or break it.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
if they caught
I always know it's usually at the beginning of the month. Batman's, but let's see.
yeah, because sometimes when they catch the data, it's right at the tail end, so
Yeah,
they don't get the
no,
the
you're right.
numbers for everything. Yeah,
From October 6th to November 2nd. So
and then when did that Batman issue
that's
come out?
I think that's the week that came out. Because Batman's usually the first week of the month.
What Batman
That'll
issue
be
was it?
October 3rd. Batman 153, I believe. Give me a sec.
Yeah, it was 153. It came out like October 2nd.
October 2nd.
October 3rd.
Yeah, Manuel said
October
apparently
2nd.
they collected 4 days after Batman came out. Yeah, so if it was lower, they didn't collect everything.
All right. So we'll see
Yeah.
what it does next month. But I just had, like, my eyes kind of almost bulged out of my head when I saw that. It was 31.
Oh yeah,
Okay, that
because
just sounds wrong. Like,
yeah, I
Exactly.
know we're not the biggest fan of the run, but that just sounds wrong.
The only thing I can come up with before you all told me about the collection date, I was like, okay, yeah, that would make sense. I think that was right around the time that they had announced that Chip's run was kind of ending, and they can say what they want to say, but the ending it's ending prematurely compared to
Oh yeah,
where how he was initially talking about it. So I was like, maybe folks just decided to jump off, but yeah, 31 doesn't even like y'all said, that doesn't even sound right for a Batman title, especially the main one.
I mean, yo, you know what? I mean, fuck it. I know we're gonna keep her pretty free flow here, but we can talk about it, right? Like we can talk about it, right? Like,
What's up?
you know,
Yeah.
we can talk about it, right? Like Hush 2, like we can talk about it.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead.
Like,
Yeah.
listen, I'm gonna call a spade a spade. I was gonna make a video about it, but I've just been too busy, bro. This is just a placeholder so they can finally find somebody
Yes.
outside of Jim Lee who could bring Batman back to prominence. That's all it is. Like they just like, hey, all they said was like, Lee, please, my nigga, please, can you take off 1 year from whatever you're doing to help us out with this book so we can finally get somebody that can really juice the sales up and really bring the energy back? Because this is all this is, bro.
It tells me that I think Zdarsky pulled a Tynan on him. He dropped that announcement and DC got caught with their pants down. Like, wait, what? You want to leave? Like, I think whoever the next one gets that run, and I won't be surprised if they give it to somebody they already have under exclusive. But I think they're going to take, hey man, we need 50 issues minimum out of you. Like we can't keep having these short, and I'm saying that in quotation marks, Batman runs, right? Like Tynan did what, like 30, 31. Williamson did, I think, 6. Zdarsky, by the time he leaves, he'll have done. Will he have hit 40? I'm not sure.
Who Zdarsky?
Chip.
He started with 125, right? What did he start with?
Hold on. Batman, Chip Zdarsky. So let's see here. It'll tell me right here. So failsafe, it collects.
Yeah, he started at 125. So
okay, all right.
We're at 153 now, and he's going to be done. I think they said March. So no, Jim Lee and Loeb come March. So I figure he'll be done February.
Yeah.
So I think he said it might be one double shipped issue, so add 2 in at the end. But
isn't Batman pretty much bi-weekly now?
No,
I think he said it was.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh. All right. He said it was like supposed to be bi-weekly, and then they moved it back to monthly.
Okay, that's what that was. Okay, yeah, because he put out a whole statement about it on his Substack. Yeah, he explained the reasoning for leaving. But yeah, I don't think it was a Zdarsky like leaving and they got caught with their pants down. It sounds to me like allegedly he had plans on leaving beforehand, but he just decided to stay on a little bit longer, and then now this is like the proper exit. But
yeah, I saw that. I'm just comparing that because I went back and compared it with his statements when it was announced that he was the Batman writer, and it sounded like he had plans to be here for a while and was going to be at DC for a while, and now it seems like he's just like, hey, I'm out. So I don't know what. It could be a mixture of things, but it just didn't. The two statements really didn't match up to me.
Elvis said if Jim Lee can do art, he can do Asbar 10 to 18. What is Asbar? Wait, I'm looking up what Asbar is. What is Asbar? Is that a? Hold on, I'm looking this up. Oh, All-Star Batman or Robin. Oh, I'm stupid. Yo.
Oh.
I'm stupid. Yo, what is Asbar?
Hey, man,
I didn't know.
Too bad. None
I
of us
didn't have
got
my
it.
chat open, so I had to look. I'm like, what is he talking about, yo? Like,
What is Asbar? Okay, all right, that makes sense.
and I mean, Lee. I mean, like, I don't know. Maybe it was like a year or something ago. He talked about wanting to draw again, but he can't because he's CEO. He's busy running other shit. So I guess this is how he's gonna do it. I'm thinking also because it was announced super early to me. Seemed like I'm thinking he generally is highly detailed, so they probably having to give him time to get a few issues in the tuck before March gets here. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's been in the work for a while now. But I mean, I like Hush, and it'll be interesting to see Lee back on the Batman, but it doesn't move me too much. Um,
Oh,
don't get me wrong. Hush, what's up?
Hold on. We got a good question here. What do you guys think is the future of the mainline comic book universes, given the success of concurrent running alternate universes?
I think right now, All In is doing really well for DC. I mean, we'll get data in another month or so, and we can kind of compare all the launches and the new jumping on points and numbers. So I think with DC, you probably stick around for a while. Marvel really doesn't relaunch their universe. Well, they don't relaunch their universe, but I think they might enter something where you see a whole bunch of new number ones on their big marquee titles in 2025, probably in the later half of 2025. You know, the same sales juicing tactic that they always do over there. It'll work for something. A lot of Marvel stuff to me is in a mess right now, so I don't.
Same.
Like I just don't know how much that would help with some stuff. Like I know they brag about the numbers over there and market share and all that, and that's great. You're doing well for yourself, but market share doesn't move me when you're putting out at minimum 1.5 to 2 times as many books as your biggest competitor, and then far and away more than your third place competitor. You should have the biggest market share, but it is what it is. I don't know what the main 616 is gonna do, bro. Because I'm reading Avengers. I'm reading Miles Morales. A lot of stuff is just you know what? I'm out. X-Men. I'm debating whether or not to get back into that after the Krakoa stuff. We'll see. Spider-Man. The timeline tells me it's a shit show. I read a couple of issues at the beginning. I'm like, yeah, this isn't for me. I've heard the Fantastic Four's got some pretty good stuff going on right now, so I'll check that out. But the line as a whole just isn't interesting to me at the moment.
Yeah. What about you, Steph? And then I'll go.
I mean, like a lot of it is what AJ said. It's just like a lot of the stuff they're putting out is just kind of not intriguing, like just from the jump. I think one of the big kind of questions is like Marvel doesn't like we said, Marvel doesn't really relaunch the whole universe like as a whole, right? Like they do new number ones and they relaunch that way, but like they don't just start clean again, right? So it's like I think that's another thing that's kind of like intimidating. That's like one of the things that's like in the Ultimates kind of favor is just the fact that it's just like a clean start, right? And it's like with Marvel, it's like this is all basically obviously there's jumping on points, there's jumping off points, but all of this is basically just one continuity for the most part, right? Like, and it's like like people have talked about like if these are really successful, then I think it kind of proves that every once in a while you just like maybe you just reboot like the whole thing every like 10 to 15 years or something. Like you just start clean every after a certain long enough period of time that these books have all just been going on. You just start over, right? Like you just call it quits and you start over. And I feel like that's not a terrible solution, but I also think like that for Marvel specifically, because they just don't do this, it is kind of like an intimidating thing to just wipe it all clean and just start over. Because like, what do you do? Like, because you've been, I don't know if this is making any sense, but it's just like, it's been going on for so long that it's like, can you even do that? Like, how do you just start over? Right? Because like, that's a huge undertaking when like this one singular continuity has been going on for like all of these decades, right? It's like, it's like, it's so intimidating just from the start, from the onset. Like it's just like you just don't do it. Maybe, I don't know. But I think one thing that might happen is just like you get more Ultimates likes more often. Like the Ultimates will like wrap up eventually, but then like a few years down the line, they just kind of do it again. They just kind of have a separate.
Oh no!
They have like a separate, Ultimates like alternate, timeline book running concurrently. Like they make a habit out of this more often. I don't know. This could very easily just be killed through overexposure really quick. I don't know. I don't really have like an answer to what the solution is. But like, yeah, I have no fucking clue, really. I just don't. I need to change this profile picture. It's getting distracting, man. Like I gotta change that. I gotta change it.
Don't change it yet. Don't change it yet.
Oh my goodness! I did not realize that until Jesus Christ, bro.
One of my pictures and did that shit. What's it me, bro? I swear it wasn't me. And I claim it was me.
Hey man, oh boy.
All right. So this is a twofold question, right? I'll answer from the DC side. All right. So one thing I'm gonna give DC credit for, and again, it may sound like I'm dick riding because a lot of my subscribers and my viewership comes from DC. So I don't apologize if this comes off as dick riding, but I'm also being real. So one thing I'm gonna give DC credit for is that DC will go through a period. They'll go through a period of time where they're telling an initiative and they're telling a story. And then when that initiative is done, when that story is done, lately, they don't reboot, they relaunch. So the books come back or continue, but under, a new brand initiative, right?
Yeah.
And I think that keeps things fresh. And when they start and these initiatives, there's a story to go along with it. That's why, I tried to do my best, with AJ and Quentin to cover the dawn of DC to absolute power thing, because it's like, all right, things at DC was a little bit crazy, but I see the effort there. They're carrying the line through different stories, but they're doing their best not to relaunch, not to reboot. They're doing their best to stay on that one continuity. But even while they're staying with that own continuity, there are clear, definite areas where you can jump on and jump off. But I can tell it's a unified effort. You can tell. Yes, are all the books good under this banner? No, but you can tell there's a genuine energy there. There's an effort. Guys, let's go along with the story. Let's go along with this narrative, and let's try to push it the best we can. And then ride along with us with the story. And if you want to leave after, leave after. But we hope you don't. Continue on. So DC does like a light refresh. And whenever they do a light refresh, They do their best to bring new books in on top of that as well. Like this is how you get your Batgirl. This is how you get your JSA. This is how you get your New Gods. This is how you get your what other new books are coming out? I feel like this is how you get your Atom Project. This is you see what I'm saying? So like
Yeah.
they're doing their best to revitalize things while also keeping on with the same continuity, right? And also you got to throw the Absolute Universe in there as well. So they're doing a good job of trying to keep the main line fresh, and then they're also trying to do a good job of giving you guys something new for people who might be tired of continuity. That's good. All right, that's how you get the amount of energy I've seen behind DC, especially over the last like couple months, especially with the Absolute stuff, has been insane. It's great. Marvel, on the other hand, I think Marvel is very comfortable. Marvel's very comfortable where they are. They're very comfortable. I don't know if it's a fear. I don't know if it's a fear. I don't know if they're scared of backlash or whatever it is. But I think what Steph is saying is very true. I think they could benefit from a line-wide reboot. Because the problem I'm seeing with Marvel is that there was a lot of books out, but I'm sorry, bro. Like the amount of books that they have out, it's hard for people. Even for me, as somebody that tries to pay attention to everything, a lot of shit falls into the cracks. It falls, bro. I'm sorry. No disrespect to Hill's Blade, that shit fell under the cracks after it got relaunched. I know relaunched under the red band, it fell under the cracks. She-Hulk came back, fell under the cracks. What is it? Sometimes I forget Moon Knight is even a thing. Fell under the cracks.
Yeah.
There's too much happening over there, bro. I couldn't even tell you what's happening over there in Venom right now. Venom's still a thing that's happening, guys. Venom War is happening, guys.
Yeah, I was gonna say, isn't Venom in the middle of an event?
Yeah.
But the problem is that there is so much happening over there. There's so much happening over there. I don't think Marvel even has a continuity anymore.
Yeah.
Marvel is just throwing books out there. Like, bro, and this might be a little bit of a tangent, but I got some beef with Marvel right now. Their continuity is so crazy, bro. They have an event, like, bro, I would hate to be in the Marvel universe right now as a regular human being.
Yeah.
Bro, I would have anxiety, PTSD, high blood pressure, high cholesterol. Nigga, every other week it's a crisis. Bro, 2 weeks ago was Blood Hunt. Then a week later, you tell me it's about the symbiotes running around again? Then I see some
that's
big...
the problem with having, like I said, publishing so many more books than everybody else, and then you want to do events, right? You can't come up with an event big enough to include the whole universe because Marvel is just too big at this point.
It's too big.
So you have to constantly be in events to give people on the other side of the universe something to do. That's like, for the longest, when DC started cutting down the number of books that they were putting out, I remember folks were like, "Oh man, Marvel just really, really gonna take them over now." And in some ways, yeah, that did happen. But also at the same time, whereas DC will have, and I think that's too much, they have gotten up to about 3 events a year. Dog, you might get 6 to 8 in any given time. Now, some things will be more contained to like crossovers, but like 6 to 8 is not an exaggeration of what happens over at Marvel these days, it seems like. And that's just, it's exhausting at this point.
And then, like, to take it back to what I was saying, is like, now let's look at the Ultimates, right? Like the Ultimate line. I wouldn't be surprised. And by the way, guys, I'm gonna get to your comments. Don't worry. I wouldn't be surprised if when Jonathan Hickman was approached with the Ultimate Universe, or whether he approached Marvel with the Ultimate Universe, he said, "Hey, bruh, y'all need to let me cook. Don't come in here talking to me about events. If I want a new book or if I need a new book, it's gonna be when the universe or I feel like it's time.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they got a little bit
Yeah.
more control over there, but I'm also scared because it's Marvel. The thing with Marvel is that when Marvel sees something good, they like to double down. Actually, no, they like to triple down. And the problem is
Yeah.
Marvel don't know how to let shit rest. I will scream this to the top of my lungs. I just talked about Venom. One of the biggest travesties of the last couple of years is Venom. I think after Kate's left Venom, they should have left Venom the fuck alone.
You mean to tell me you didn't like a Venom event every year, or a Venom centered event, I should say, every
Hell
single
no.
year?
Yo, it even got so bad, bro. Why is it that Al Ewing is bouncing back and forth with another writer on these Venom books?
Uh-huh.
Why? It's Al Ewing. We know Al Ewing's pen. That you know what that tells me? That tells me Al Ewing is just like, I don't give a fuck about what's going on over here. Y'all just cut me a check. Like it's bro. I said in the Avengers video that I put out, I'm surprised fucking Avengers don't even have a Venom War tie-in.
I think they probably needed to let that book. I think that's probably McKay probably putting his foot down, like, hey man, this book needs to breathe. We just had Blood Hunt.
Yeah.
I don't think they were involved in gang war, or were they? Shit, now I can't remember.
I don't think they were.
Okay, but yeah,
Yeah.
nah, that had to been McKay. Like, dog, I need room to breathe, because the perfect example of what you're talking about, dog, Miles Morales, that book.
Yeah.
It was at one point. Now I'm a few issues behind now, so I got to get caught back up. But I counted it was at one point over half of that run was just straight up event tie-ins, and I'm like, dog, this is crazy, man. Like, how can you expect a run to stand on its own? Like, when you start getting collected editions and trades or whatever, and you
Thank
want to
you.
read this shit, like, dog, now I got to
Yeah.
go hunt down something completely unrelated to this character because he's been stuffed in an events for his entire run. I'm like, nah, I'm out. Have fun. Do what you're gonna do.
Like I think also too, Marvel just needs a new change in leadership.
Oh,
I don't
that's been apparent for years
Yeah.
now.
they need a new change in leadership because it's like, bro, this isn't sustainable. Like, I get it, new number ones, they juice up sales, but even then, there's a lot of number ones that come out from there. They don't even make the top 50. So what are we
Dog, speaking of
doing?
new number ones, yeah, that does happen because everybody's caught on the Marvel's game. No, it was somebody had asked somebody from Marvel. It was an editor over there. This was at a con, but he wrote about it on his Substack. Jesus, I'm forgetting. They asked him about the absolute universe at DC, and was saying like, "Hey, is this how the absolute and universe and the All In initiative that DC is doing?" I should say, and he's like, "Hey, is this how the big two are looking to spice things? Well, not spice things up, but give the line some juice?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm really excited about what DC's doing over there, but on the All In side, they should have done all number ones, so that way you can get that number one sales." I'm
Oh.
like, dog,
Dude,
that it's so fucking
no,
apparent that that's all y'all care about.
no,
Y'all just care about the
no,
numbers on a new number. I'm like,
no.
Jesus Christ, man. I don't know. I don't know if it was Sabolsky. No, it's not Sabolsky. Who? I think it's the new X-Men editor who came over after Krakoa ended. He had been on. He had been the Avengers editor for
Oh, they
years.
swapped, yeah.
Yeah. This is escaping me right now. But yeah, he said, and I'm like, dog. He just gave the game up completely about what it is at Marvel that's been going on for like the past decade, and like, yeah, no wonder shit sucks over there most of the time.
And and let's compare that to Snyder, right? The press that Snyder and Williamson have been doing, right? Their main thing is like, we want to get people excited for comics again. We want
Mm-hmm.
comics to be part of the conversation again. Like, it could be just PR bullshit, but hey, buddy, if you could convince somebody like me, the PR bullshit's working.
Mm-hmm.
It's working. Like, You know, what is it? I was just talking to my homie at the comic shop a couple weeks ago. Bro, we were talking about Absolute, we were talking about Ultimates, and we just talked about mainline shit. And I think that's what the intention was for people to just like be able, whether you're online or offline, let's start talking about these comics again.
Yeah,
But Marvel is just more just like, yeah, do number one, money, yeah.
yeah.
Like, yeah,
And it
it's
tells me
not funny
now
when your
that
number one is fucking like in 70 out of, but it's supposed to be, never mind, my fault, I'm being a dick, but
but you're right though, and it tells me that sooner or later these same problems are going to start to affect the Ultimate line over there. Like, yeah, we might be a couple years off from that, but um, I can especially see it coming, or you just keep adding new books into that line when it doesn't need to be something just all expansive like your main universe, dog. I like they're doing a Wolverine book, which come on, we all knew a Wolverine book was going to show up eventually on
Yeah.
the Ultimates line, but I think you're starting to get a little stretched over there. So maybe rein it back in for like a year or so. Um, but I think the big thing for both of the companies is that the Energon universe, what Kirkman and all them kicked off over at
Yeah.
Image. I think
mm,
that just kind of shocked everybody in comics right now and kind of made folk realize, hey, we need to up our game. But the Ultimate says line has been good thus far, but I'm starting to wonder, has Marvel taken some of the wrong lessons from the energy that the Energon stuff just interjected into the industry? Because that line is all about, hey, it's mostly IP based, but there is void rivals, but it's, hey, like get good creatives, strong writers, get out of their way and let them experiment with stuff,
mhm.
and just let creators create. Let's remove as much as we can of the corporate bullshit from this side, from comics, and just let these folks go balls to the wall and see what they can turn out for us. And it's worked for them massively so. And so now everybody else is trying to do the same thing. Marvel with the Ultimates, DC with Absolute. You
Mhm.
see, what's it, IDW with the new Turtles launch. I I just wonder if all these people are going to take the right lessons from that. DC, we're only one issue in with these books, so I can't really say one way or another. Turtles, I think, is 2 issues in, so they're kind of in the same spot. Ultimates has been good thus far, but just when I hear what the strategy is over there, I start to get a little worried. So
I
I
mean, the
hope
only
I'm
good
wrong.
thing I hear about like Ultimates, the Ultimate line, what I will say, and I do want to answer some of these other questions, is that if they are adding pieces in, it's with creatives that I feel have a lot of good energy behind them, or like
Hmm.
they got a good pen, like it's well documented with them. Like Ultimate Wolverine, Chris Condon, the person who's doing Green Arrow, that's the one that's doing it.
Yeah.
Now I have I only have one issue of Chris Condon's work to judge off of, but based off of what I've read, his films are very gritty, very dark, and it's very about his solo shit. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna let him cook. But according to what he's done in the past, and I've just been looking up reviews, where he comes from a good place. I think something he
Okay.
did some shit
Okay.
something called Texas. He has a series of comic books over at Image or Boom that have done really good for them.
Oh
So
Yeah.
wait, that's him. Okay. Okay. Okay.
yeah,
I,
that's
I
him.
haven't read it, but I've heard good things about that. So all right, I'm gonna look that alleviates some worry I had for Wolverine. Okay.
And then even the batch of books that we have now, you got Denise Camp. I didn't know who Denise Camp was, but Denise Camp is
Hmm.
riding his fucking ass off. We know Hill, we know Hickman. I didn't know much of Peach Momoko, but Peach Momoko arguably, I said this on the pod like like a couple weeks ago. Hey, Peach Momoko got the best fucking Ultimates book out right now. I'm sorry, Ultimate X-Men's fucking slaps. Um,
Hmm.
so I think whether it's a Hickman thing or a Hickman editorial thing, if they're adding people into the mix, they're very strategic about who they're adding to the mix. If I'm looking at mainline Marvel just give everybody a book.
Yep.
They don't give a
Yeah.
fuck. They give everybody a book. Hey, you looking for something to do here? How many books Steve Orlando got at this point, bro? Steve Orlando was. No disrespect, bro. Time out real quick. Sidebar, bro. Listen. I didn't pay for AEW backups in my DC books.
Oh, dog, that's been so annoying these past couple
No. My fault, yo, guys. Like I said, I'm gonna get back to y'all question, but let me cook for a second. Let me. I gotta take the question off real quick, bro. I did not pay for AEW backups in my comic books. The book that pisses me off the most, fucking Action Comics. Do you know how long I waited for Mariko Tamaki to come back? But no, it's already bad enough she got a fucking backup, but you cut the backup even short for AEW. Nigga, I don't watch AEW. At least put WWE. Steve Orlando, you gotta start saying no to these things, bro.
Nah, man, that screams David Zaslav wanting to get vertical integration, going like, oh hey, we got our own wrestling company. Oh hey, we got our own comic company. Let's put them together because AEW, they were doing absolute DC advertisements at some of their matches. So I'm like, that's somebody in his marketing department is feeling like they're the smartest person in the room. So like, hey man, let's get some cross pollination going. Like, all right, whatever.
Cut it out. You see my face. Cut it out. Cut it out. I want. Cut it out.
Okay, before we move on, I just wanted to say this one thing. Just that I looked it up because I had remembered it, but I wasn't sure of it. Next month there's another Venom #1.
Jesus Christ.
I think it's
hold up. There's another Venom #1 next month, and it's Ewing.
What are we doing?
I keep telling you, man, they chasing the #1 dollars, man.
All right, y'all got it, man. Y'all got it, bro.
I mean, this is the same thing. You were talking about She-Hulk earlier. They did the same thing, dog. That was Jesus. Now her name's escaping me, man. I know I got one of these trades up here, but they got to issue 15, and then they relaunched. But yet they switched out the artists. But other than that, the creative team was exactly the same. I'm like, guys, what are we? And they continued the same story, dog. From like issue 15 ended, and then issue 1 picked up where 15. Like, what are we doing here, guys?
Oh my God.
No. Here's what pissed me off, right, bro? Hill had one of the best Blade runs.
Oh, yeah. Dog, that shit was
of all time, bro.
Off, man.
They gave us a bullshit ending, only to say, "Hey, follow him in Blood Hunt." Cool. So my dumbass goes and buys Blood Hunt, right?
Had nothing to do with that Blade run. I think they might have mentioned the villain from the Blade run in like a throwaway line in one of the tie-ins, and that was about it.
So they had me. They're like, "Oh shit, yo, Blade is about to be the head of a new event." Like, nigga, it was Vernet. It could have been the Adana from the Blade book that you made me read for Blood Hunt, and you didn't even transfer that over. Nah, bro, I gave Blood Hunt 1 issue. I said, yeah, McKay, no disrespect, but kiss my ass. Kiss my ass. And that's the kiss my ass is not to him, it's to Marvel. Kiss my ass. Kiss my ass, bro. Like, that was more of a Moon Knight and a Doctor Strange center thing versus Blade. But you have Blade all over the promo, and then you relaunch fucking Brian Hill's book, which which fell through the cracks. I know issue 1 came out, but it fell through the cracks. Why would you do that?
Yeah, why? And it was only a 5-issue mini too. Like, add insult to injury, it was a mini.
And hey, and also speaking of minis, dog, weren't they supposed to start pushing their minis to 10 issues? Has that happened yet?
No, I don't think so.
Like Jesus, man. Like, And I'm usually a champion of minis, but Marvel, dog, like
Hold
what is going on over there?
hold on.
Yeah, and
Let's go ahead. Go ahead.
no, I just wanted to say, like, you know, we're talking about slipping through the cracks, and I just remembered this right now. Literally, Saladin Ahmed is making a Wolverine ongoing right now. He's in
Oh
charge of
my
that
God.
Wolverine ongoing,
Yes,
and no one is saying anything.
Too.
No one made any noise about this.
And I think part of that's probably going to be kind of like I read a couple issues of it, but he just had a Daredevil run, right?
Still
And
going.
He's still on.
It's still going. Okay.
Yeah.
And see, Daredevil has been a character throughout his history that has had extremely high quality runs. Like Daredevil did not have a bad run ever. And Ahmed's run from what the issues, one or two issues, is not bad, but it's just such a not up to par level of quality with the other stuff that it has happened in his character's past that I think people just checked out, and I think that's carrying over to that
Yeah.
Wolverine. Because I can't remember the last time a Wolverine book launched and had no buzz behind it.
Yeah. And I think that's the thing too, is like let's compare this to Green Arrow, right? So Green Arrow, the last one that he had was 2016. And remember what I said about putting characters on ice? Green Arrow was on ice. He was on ice. Like, Green Arrow did appear in books. He was in Leviathan, he was in Justice League, and I think he appeared in other places. Green Arrow was still around, but he didn't have his own ongoing book. And sometimes you need a character not to have an ongoing book to get people to start missing them.
Yeah.
Wolverine and Daredevil just left two big name writers. It doesn't matter how you feel about Ben Percy's run. It was still a big book. It doesn't matter about how you feel about Chip Zdarsky. I didn't think Chip Zdarsky's the second half of his Daredevil run was great, but it doesn't matter because overall, those were big books. You need to let certain characters just like fizzle out for a little bit because you can't just automatically bring them back. I don't know who did Daredevil before Chip. It wasn't Bendis, right?
No, I think Bendis was Stoll, right?
Before that. Jesus, now you're gonna make me go look that up. That's actually a really good question.
Yeah, no, it was Charles Soule, I'm pretty sure.
So, like, luckily enough, I don't know if that run was good or not, but I guess Chip got lucky with that one because he made a banger. He made a banger, but not all the time following up with the run after run is gonna work. That could work for certain characters, but not all. Like I feel bad for Saladin Ahmed. I think he's a pretty decent writer, but to put him after Ben Percy and to put him after Chip Zdarsky, you're setting him up for failure.
Yeah, that was Soul's run.
Yeah, you're setting him up for failure. So, but yeah, Universe Man said absolute stupid edgelord darkness that gives Zack Snyder a run for his money. Hey, bro.
Respectfully,
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, I get it. Like, I don't know if I agree wholeheartedly, but I understand. I understand looking at these covers alone. It is kind of like, yeah, no, I understand. I get it.
Like
you mean the batarangs that are knives that are actually his ears on his mask? The edgy? No. But I mean, it's been a good edge. It's been a good edge so far. Wow, pause. It's been a good edgy thus far. But we'll see. It could very easily slip over into annoying edgy. I will say that as much as I like it, it does have the potential for that.
Yeah, they fucking. It was either Moroni or Falcone, whichever one they stabbed in the eyeballs with steak knives. That was a little.
Oh yeah, that was fire. That was fire.
That was crazy.
Nah, but it. I'm not mad at it though. Like, listen, I've made my thoughts known about the Zack Snyder stuff. I don't hate it, but I think Zack Snyder just needed to be roped in like a lot, a lot. But
I
you also
don't,
said,
I don't,
but what,
I don't even, I don't even know about. Oh, no, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Say what you're gonna say.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't even know about roped in. I just think he's like working with the wrong character to begin with. I feel like that's probably like I don't think he's a particularly terrible fit for Batman. I don't really think. I don't know if Batman should be off his radar.
No. I think his Batman was good. I think a lot of his ideas, especially when he started getting more info about the Justice League stuff, I was like, buddy, whoa, what are you doing?
Yeah,
Yeah. Like,
yeah, that was some of that was a little.
and then
Give me a Snyder, like Snyder's always talked about Lobo. Like, yeah, but it's like, that would be a good one for him, but it's an obvious choice. He absolutely should have done a Batman movie. Him, and then KG Beast. I what the little that he did there, and it wasn't KG Beast from the comics, but the little bit that we had, I'm like, okay, it's something interesting here. If you did a movie him going up against Batman, I'm like, okay, that could be a lot more interesting. Because to this day, I'm one of the biggest Man of Steel defenders there is. I just think jumping into BVS, the second film, as much as I like the extended edition, I think that was putting. I think you were putting the cart before the horse a little too.
Yeah.
Valid. Yeah, I'm just happy. I'm happy it's done, but I ain't gonna hold you. Like,
yeah.
Looking at it now, I don't think that would have been sustainable. And if they let him go through with those plans, I think we would have been worse off. So, yeah, good riddance, dog. Good riddance. But Batman versus Superman fucking slapped. I will not take that away from him. And Man of Steel fucking slapped. Man, but those two, but everything else, doo-doo. But yeah, he said, meanwhile, I have no idea what the fuck Marvel has been doing since Ultimates got made. Yeah, none of us do, homie. None of us do. None of us do, bro. Like, bro, you don't. Like, I always say this, right? And I feel like I will be repeating myself a little bit, but you know it's bad when, even after we just gave Jed McKay his praise, but the Avengers book, it feels very aimless at the same time. Like, this is where everything should be branching out of. This is where everything should be pointing to, and it's not that. Avengers is literally another Marvel book, and it should never be another Marvel book. Ever.
Yeah. It should be one of your flagships.
Ever. X-Men should never, ever feel like a run-of-your-mill Marvel book. And the thing is, those books never were like that. They weren't like that, but that's how you know there's a big problem, and it comes from upstairs. Because I still do believe Jed McKay has a story he wants to tell. And thank God he progressed that story in that Black Panther issue. But as long as Marvel keeps doing their events every other week thing, yo, I'm gonna tell you right now, that Avengers Omni, when it eventually comes down later down the lash, is about to be hot ass. I'm not playing. It's gonna be hot ass if they keep playing this game. Because what are you reading? Tell me, what are you reading?
In Avengers?
What are you reading? So, like, okay, Avengers did the Twilight Council. Okay, right after that, Fall of X. Right after that, the Avengers not in their own book for 3 months.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus. I've been so. Damn. Yeah, you're. Because I caught up on it a lot, probably from Fall of X onward, like in one binge session. So it doesn't really, the annoyance doesn't set in as much. But yeah, okay, I can definitely see that now. Because they were setting up until before Jonathan Majors had his shit. They were setting up Kane to be like the big protagonist in that book. And so now that plan has had to go by the wayside. So yeah, okay, it kind of makes sense why they've been aimless.
So it's almost like it's either you're gonna have to read. It's either Marvel's gonna do two things, which one of them is either the Avengers book is gonna have to come with all the actual event stuff in it, which they're not going to do, or it's gonna that Omni is gonna be so disjointed unless you have the events right next to you in trade. It's one of those things. It's
Or
not gonna be a full story.
or they just remove those issues from it altogether. You'll go from that first arc. Oof. Unless this is going to be a really long run, I can see that Omni getting very small. Because that's what 3
Mhm.
arcs. Three out of your first 5 arcs that really don't have anything to do with the story that was being set up in the first arc.
Mhm.
Uh,
It's not gonna be good.
and depending on how long McKay stays there, it could go one or two ways that I can think of.
And then we got Quentin said Scott fought to keep legacy numbering. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it.
And that's always going to be a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm happy. Dude, we got Green Arrow 350. I didn't even know. I knew Green Arrow went for that long, but goddamn, good shit. So salute to Scott, man. Salute to Scott. Like you can tell, like I said, there's a difference. Marvel is for the money. What they doing over there at DC, they care more about like the game, the game, the actual game. We got Hunter Iggy in the building. Yo, what's going on, Hunter Iggy? I appreciate you coming by. I appreciate all you guys coming by, man. I appreciate all you guys in the chat. Try my best to get to all you guys, man. But thank you. It's been an hour 36. We might start wrapping up soon, but thank you guys, man. I appreciate y'all, man. And listen, whether you were here for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, an hour, or whatever else, we hope us being passionate about comic books and just shooting the shit, we hope it provided you guys with some type of levity. I get it. Times is crazy right now. It's nuts. It's nuts out here. But I hope we can continue to, use these comic books as a way of escapism. It's okay to use it. It's okay to escape as long as it's healthy. All right. It's okay to escape, man. Listen, I got my haul right here. Listen, right after this, I'm about to smoke me a little something. I'm about to drink some more of this, and I'm gonna escape some more. Not because I'm too depressed about anything, but listen, shit's crazy right now. You need to unwind. You need to relax. These fictional characters, they give us that space to do so. And we like to come on here and shoot our shit about it. All right. But yeah, who else? Less than 3 years away from Batman 1000. Oh my God, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna speed up. They're gonna want to get that quick. We talk about Marvel with the new number ones, but DC with milestone issues, they bring out the big guns for all of those. So I can see double shipping for like a year or two.
Yeah, and they could do it too.
Closer.
Oh, they'll. Oh shit! Oh wait, hold on, y'all. Oh, whoa! We got one more person in the building. Quinn, can you hear us, bro?
Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, man. Go ahead. Introduce yourself to the people. Introduce yourself to the people, dog. Us Quentin always got some shit going on. Hold on, we'll let him come back. We'll let him hop out and come back in. But yeah, so yeah, Batman 1000 about to be crazy. Hopefully, they actually have a good writer on the book by then. Yeah. Actually, who would y'all like to see on Batman? Like realistically, if I think we can play this game. Who would you like to see next? I'm not counting Jim Lee. That's a placeholder.
Yeah.
And the rule is it can't be nobody that's touched Batman before. It doesn't matter, even if they did detective.
Okay.
Well,
because the cheat code for me would be Ram V.
I was
that's fair. I think just because, as somebody who has read his Moon Knight, I think I'm gonna have to just put Jed McKay's name in there.
Ooh.
I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at that.
Hey.
Elvis said Spurrier.
Ooh.
I see that.
Yeah, I'm rocking with that one too. Now that I think about it.
Damn.
This is a tough one.
This is tough. Who's the guy? What the fuck is this? What is his name? He did a Black Label Batman book. It was pretty cool.
Azzarello?
Oh, Christian Ward.
Oh.
Yes. Okay. I like that.
Yeah. That City of Madness book is neat.
Okay.
And he's doing a Two-Faced mini, I think.
Yes, he is.
Oh, yo, we got a good one. Yo, Emmanuel said maybe Al.
Yeah, I thought about Al, but like, yeah.
Oh, I like that one. I like it.
Yeah. It Ewing. I mean, like, yeah. No, that's it. It's Ewing.
It's you.
it's Ewing.
Dang. If I could pick one, oh damn.
It's tough. It's tough.
Because I feel like everybody's kind of went already. And I think right now what we need is we need somebody new and fresh to just rise up the ranks.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know this you know, actually
I have an idea.
Ooh.
Chip Zdarsky.
Well, see, you gotta get in trouble because Rose got the clip somewhere before he even did this run. I said when he was on Daredevil, I'm like, when we were trying to figure out who was going to be the next Batman writer after Tynion left, and we knew Williamson was just going to be a fill-in, I was like, yo, Zdarsky. And I was hyped for it, and you know, the run is not bad, but it has not lived up my expectations coming off of that Daredevil run.
Yeah.
So like that was I called that shot years ago, and yeah, it hasn't been worked out the best. I guess for me, if I'm gonna go with, I'll do three names. Now this person, he had already talked about he was going to be coming over to DC before he had his accident. Donnie Cates, because Cates was supposed to do an Absolute book.
Oh, really? What?
Yeah, he was supposed to do an Absolute book, but then his wreck happened, and you know, got the brain injury and all that, recovering from that. So
yeah,
a lot of what ifs with Donnie Cates.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Elvis.
Elvis, hold on, Elvis. Reintroduce yourself to the people, brother. Go ahead.
Elvis, it's been so long since we've been, you know, as part of a stream, man.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that the other day.
I think it's been close to like a year, man. We've both been so busy.
All right, hold on. Wait. Oh, damn. Whoa, it's a full house. Hold on, Quentin. Can you actually hear us now?
Yo! Can you hear me?
We can hear you, bro.
We can hear you.
Reintroduce yourself to the people. Oh, God damn it!
And I never heard Quentin before. You know, I never heard him before. So this is brand new voice. I like it.
We'll see if we can get him for you tonight.
Hold on. He's okay. All right, are you here now?
Okay. Yeah. I hit the button by accident.
Okay.
Okay.
Reintroduce yourself
I
to the
had to
people.
run. First time to work. Y'all are cooking too much, man. I had to get in on this, man.
I agree. Like it's been a really entertaining chat. You know, it's great.
Reintroduce yourself to the people, Quentin.
Man. Green Arrow was great. I liked it a lot.
Reintroduce yourself to the people. We'll get to Green Arrow. We'll get to Green Arrow.
Oh yeah,
he is Green Arrow.
Or QQ22 from Twitter. now I'm Blue Sky. I'm gonna be more active on Blue Sky now since we're making the Great Migration over there or something.
They say that every year.
No, for real,
Hold
though.
on,
Every time
I
there's
think
a
I'm gonna
crisis.
disconnect real quick because you sound kind of like aliens right now. So I'm gonna disconnect real quick and open it through my browser instead of the app. Hold on.
All right, bro.
Oh, all right.
But yeah, so you said Elvis had Spurrier. Elvis, you said Spurrier for
Spurrier.
Batman.
I mean, I feel like Spurrier would bring he would go Silver Agey, black casebook weirdness with it. Okay, I think he would. I think that we're kind of missing that. I feel like it's all too modern. I think we need to take a step back with Batman and bring some of the Silver Age stuff back. Like every people I know who talk about it, they're like, it's kind of strange that all the Silver Age stuff with Batman, they're like, oh, that was hallucinations or didn't really happen. Or, and, like, I feel we got to fold that back in.
Yeah, for one of the reasons why I liked Ram V's Detective, because for me it felt a little different than like the norm. Like for me, from what we've been getting from Batman, it was kind of more like a gothy vibe. There was like some what is it, like some mental stuff going on top of that too. Like I don't know, it was a weird Batman run, but it was weird in a good way. Like you had the action, you had the drama, but it was also like weird and it was very different. And I think that's probably one of the most different Batman runs we've gotten in a long time. I'll just say this: Ram V's Batman is. I think this is the first run where I've like completed it like from front to back, and I've enjoyed it from front to back. Like I was along for the story because it was very consistent. But that's why I don't think I want him to touch the Batman run. I don't want him to touch it because I think a lot of
The
people
Batman
who do
curse.
Bingo. We talked about this actually. We did. All of us. We're in the stream. We talked about this.
The only one who survived it, and it wasn't for long, but he survived it for most, was Snyder, because he had the Black Mirror, right? I think that was called, right? And then he had Year Zero and like Corvallis banger run, and then it just ended. It just nosedived after that. And absolutely, that's what Batman I really enjoy. But like after that, like what are we even doing here? After Year Zero.
Yeah, so I
don't
think
know. Heavy Metal was kind of good. Heavy Metal part of Scott Snyder's run was kind of good.
No,
that's
no.
right.
Y'all like it?
No, it was awful.
That was Metal was not
okay.
Metal 1 was okay, but then Metal 2 was bad.
Not Metal. I'm talking about the one with Jim. He had an arc in Batman called Heavy Metal.
Oh, really?
That was Jim Gordon as Batman. So
Jim
Gordon
is
introduction to
Batman.
Duke and the Robins,
Dr.
that was
Bloom.
That was a lot. Yeah, that was a good era of
that
Batman.
was okay. That was okay. All right, but you gotta think about Metal, I guess.
Metal was the edgelord bullshit.
Metal was so bad.
Metal was. I have PTSD, guys. Don't mention Metal around me. I got PTSD.
Metal 2's first issue was like, Sergeant Rock going like, oh, they make you eat like a sandwich that has poop in it, and the poop gets stuck in your teeth. And like, what are we even doing here?
No, I'm not yet. No, we not touching Metal tonight, y'all. We not touching Metal. Oh no. But honestly though, I can't think of anybody, because anybody that I would think of, I think they've touched Batman before, or
Jed, that was a good one. Jed McKagan.
So Steph said Jed. Actually, no, wait. I still need to read a couple. Yo, what about Lemire?
But Lemire could be good. Honestly, crazy. I kind of want Bendis. Bendis had a great Batman mini, and it never touched it again.
That Batman was Batman World or something.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed that. Bendis did a good Batman. It was his other stuff at DC that wasn't the greatest.
I think
Jason Aaron's, his off-world stuff was good, especially for a young Batman. I don't know if he does a period piece. He does
count? Fine. Do we count? Okay, I'm okay. Fine. I might lift my ban here. Are we? I don't want to do anybody that's touched Batman before. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So
Like
I think,
in general.
huh?
Like in general.
In general,
In general,
Okay.
I don't want anybody that's touched Batman. Like I don't think Lemire's touched Batman. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I don't think Lemire's ever touched Batman.
He's not. He hasn't. So I'd put him there. But anybody else, I can't.
Shit, Brian Hill could do a good one too, low key.
Nah,
Yeah,
he
Hill.
touched him.
Yeah,
He touched him.
Hill had
right.
had a tech.
He had detective.
tech, and then
Yep.
Oh yeah, I
Batman
guess
and
he
the
did.
Outsiders, but
Yep.
I'm with you, Q. He's my choice. If not, because I mentioned Kate's. Give me and I saw somebody in the chat mention Hickman, and
Yeah.
you know he always has talks with DC. They never seem to happen, but yeah, he'd be a good choice. But also, give me Kelly. She's over there now. I want to see what she can do with Batman.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say
after-
Hickman. Put Hickman on Legion of Superheroes and just let him run wild. Okay, that's it.
Yeah,
Was
and that's the thing.
Was it
With
that
Hickman-
the talks?
What's that?
Was it that the talk?
Yes, that was a
It was
Yeah.
Legion and then a Blue Devil book.
I need that Blue Devil, man. I need that.
Legion would be perfect for him because one, it's not something that anyone really cares about, and two, you can get like Brainiac 5 bullshit.
Now they care about that shit. It's just they can't get a good book to save their lives.
Yeah, no. And I was part of a reading group that read through every single Legion superheroes, comic books ever made, and like after like 1995, it's like the no-go zone.
Yeah.
Yeah. They have a strong fan.
But yeah, no, he was supposed to be over there because that was the conversation. And then when Marvel found out he was going to leave, even though he hadn't did anything for them for years, that's when he gets offered X-Men, and the rest is history. But yeah,
I like your choice. You said Thompson?
Yeah, Kelly. I'm thinking back to her Black Widow run, which was way too short. I'd take her. So we said Kate, Kelly. I'm not gonna count Hickman as one of mine, so somebody in the chat mentioned that. As far as somebody else though, geez.
Damn, who?
Shit, and give me Priest.
Wait. Oh, wait. No, wait.
Wait, has he done
No,
Batman?
do we count?
He did the Hill, right?
Time out.
Hill.
He did do the original Hill. He did.
Shit, that's right. All right, yeah.
And he did Batman versus Deathstroke.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, right, but that doesn't really count.
Wasn't that in the Deathstroke book?
Guard.
I mean, well, I'm gonna say it counts because if I remember that interview correctly, the plan was that was supposed to be a Batman Deathstroke crossover, but King or somebody wasn't playing right at the time, so that didn't happen. That's why it's contained there.
Oh my god, I feel so fucking stupid.
Priest
Oh my god.
Red Line miniseries and let them go hard.
Wait, what?
If they put Priest on a Red Lion miniseries and let him go hard.
I wouldn't be mad at that. So who else? Damn.
I feel so dumb for not thinking about this before. Daniel Warren Johnson.
Oh, yes.
No, that's a wild
idiot,
boy.
not thinking of that
Yes.
before.
But did he do it though? With everything he has to do with fucking Energon?
He's leaving.
He's leaving after issue 24. He's got to find
He's
work.
leaving. He's out of here.
Wait, I didn't know that. He's gone?
Yes, he's leaving. He's
gonna
out of here.
leave. He's
He's
gonna
not
leave
giving
like
him
next year.
another title.
Wow, that's it. So are they getting somebody else, or is Transformers just ending, or are they gonna tie it into G.I. Joe?
I would assume they're getting another writer.
And now that's crazy because see, he's been such a 1-2 punch on that book with his art and
Yeah.
Daniel Warren Johnson. Yo, but here's the thing though. If Daniel Warren Johnson was to do it, editorial can't be up his ass.
No.
Yeah.
But it's the main book. You know that's gonna be.
Then it can't work. It can't work. It won't work.
Like you can let him do a run on tech.
Yeah, put him on tech.
Yeah. Because the free tech is free flow. You can it's a little bit loosey goosey. Main book, no way. Daniel Warren Johnson is a wild boy. Not y'all read Transformers. Y'all don't make me sound crazy. Y'all read Transformers. That's a
No,
wild
you're
boy.
You're right. He's shit. I
What
just
about
didn't know
David
he was
Papoose?
leaving it.
David Papoose, yeah. They should put him on.
Man, like his Master Mini was cool. His stuff on Savage Dragon, he did do Savage right?
He did Savage Avengers.
Oh shit! I just thought of one. Now I don't know how much y'all have been into the Massiverse. I know Ro was in with the beginning. And I'm not going Higgins, but shit, my man, my Radiant
Ryan Parrott.
Ryan Parrott.
Yeah, Parrott is he Rogue Son? That's him, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's Parrott. Okay, give me Parrott.
Yeah. I can see it. I can see it. He did it. He wrote a mean Green Arrow thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I see Parrott on something else. Like I can see him do Green Lantern or something like that after Jeremy leaves.
I can see Parrott
maybe because I'm used to him.
I could see Parrott on Green Lantern or Green Arrow before Batman, but he's not a bad choice for Batman.
Yeah.
Damn, who? Oh, now this game is fun now. Damn, who else? This is fun. Dang.
Fuck.
There's no way we ran through the entire DC Marvel bullpen, bro.
It's too easy to say Kirkman. It's too easy to say Kirkman. But
it's too easy, but also why?
I don't even know if he would take it, bro, because
I don't think he would take it.
Like his bag is so from just the Invincible and Walking Dead shit, and now with the shows, like unless he just wants to do it, I can't see them offering him enough money for him to take it.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna do it.
Dang.
Percy.
Oh.
I see. I wonder if
Sean Gary Murphy.
I always wondered if there was a bridge burn there because you remember he was supposed to do a Nightwing after his Green Arrow run, and for whatever reason that fell through. So
he did.
I would love him.
He did. He did do Nightwing. He did.
I thought it was, or was it supposed to be longer than what it was?
So what happened was he was on Nightwing, and this is pure speculation. I don't know. I'm not speaking as if I know, but I think he got the call about what Diddy wanted to do to Dick.
That's right.
And he pieced out.
Because next thing I know, he's in the X office over at Marvel.
Yeah, because I remember that Nightwing run like it was yesterday. He had a crazy Nightwing. Like Nightwing was in some alternate dimension, and they were doing some crazy fun shit. And then that run, that story ended, and then next thing you know, Dick gets shot, and he does one more issue to set up the Dick Grayson stuff, and he was like, "I'm out."
Okay.
I think that's what the bridge burn was. I could be wrong. That's Percy. Yeah, that's what we're talking about, Percy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I think that's what happened there. So I don't know. The leadership at DC has changed.
Yeah.
But I don't know how hot Percy is these days. Because from what I read, from what I know the X-Force book fizzled out. I know Wolverine kind of fizzled out. It wasn't terrible, but I know they both fizzled out.
X-Force probably a little more than Wolverine. Wolverine was fine up until that last storyline.
What didn't fizzle out at that point there? I was really writing hard for all that
valid.
Stuff.
Yeah,
I mean,
that?
I for like the longest time, I think that of the main books, X-Force held on the longest as like one of the better books.
But when they decided to speed run those last 2 years to get to the end of Krakoa, it was writing on the wall for most of the stuff. Wolverine up until the shit with him and Sabretooth, man, at the end, like That was pointless. And X-Force, I don't know if anything ever fell off with that. I think that story may have just lasted a little too long with the tying up the beast, beast going bad and whatnot, all that. Like, yeah, okay, whatever. You probably could have cut both of those short by an arc, and they'd be much stronger.
I mean, I don't know if I said it before, but homie who did Texas Blood, I think Chris Condon, depending on how I feel about his Green Arrow book,
Yeah.
I think he could be a good choice. Did anybody here read Texas Blood?
No.
No, I
okay,
haven't.
but-
I've always heard good things about it.
Probably should, but
Yeah, so I'd say him. And then other than that, the only other person I could think of is what's her name? Yo, bro, I ain't gonna hold you, bro. I think Leah Williams could write a mean Batman. I'm just playing. My fault.
Bro, if you, bro, I will reach through this computer, boy.
Is she that bad? What? what's going
No,
on?
Just just awful. I'm gonna say like she was just propped up by like other events, other writers. Just terrible stuff.
like that.
Her and
beginning
Teeny
of
Howard.
that-
Teeny Howard
yeah,
was terrible. I'll bring that in.
Well, Teeny Howard can't. I don't count her because technically she did write Batman because she was. I count Catwoman as part of Batman.
All right, I was gonna say,
Yeah.
wait a minute, I missed that, and that, oh god, that Catwoman run, I still haven't finished. I'm like memory holding that.
She did Gotham War. She wrote Batman in those issues, so it counts.
and she smoked introducing Red Claw. Smoked it. Like oh my god. Red Claw should have been talked about more.
Should have
With that
done
being
more
her
with it.
debut. Yeah, like that being her debut, like she should have been set up for Catwoman stories from here on out. And being a Batman rogue, all that kind of stuff. The same vibe you got when you saw her on Batman animated series should have been the same vibe. But I think it was just a cash grab. Like they just put her in there just to put her in the back. Just put her in there.
I mean that run was a cash grab, dog. They knew quality was gonna go down after V. Dog, do you remember how thirst trappy them covers were when she first started that run?
I still got mine.
Of course.
My
but,
fault. That sounded crazy. My fault. Yeah, my fault. That was crazy.
I wasn't gonna say that, but I was gonna let you cook.
But nah, that's when I knew that run was about to be a hot pack of ass. Like it's one thing for the variant covers, right? Not everybody get those. Like the main A covers, and you got her on the stripper pole or whatever. I'm like, all right, I know what time this is, bro. Like this shit is about to be Cheeks, and lo and behold, it was Cheeks, bro.
Hey, I ain't gonna hold you, bro. Some way, somehow, she stayed on that book for a while. I'm gonna give her credit. I don't know how.
I don't know how it happened either.
But because, dude, back when we were doing the sales streams, those books were not selling terribly. They weren't bad compared to other books.
But Catwoman, for whatever reason, just, and it's strange to me, right? Because Harley is the much bigger female character at DC. But when a Harley book goes bad, them sales tank. Because I think that's part of why last two writers have gotten up out of there now. This with Catwoman, I don't get it, because that was a much worse book than either of those, I think. But neither here nor there.
I just came up with somebody.
What?
Brandon Thomas.
Wait, has he done anything with Batman before though?
I'm not. Oh, damn, he did. He did Outsiders.
Yeah.
But it wasn't Batman in the Outsiders.
No,
his
was just the Outsiders team. Wait, no, he had those issues in I mean, not issues, but those stories in what was the anthology book that was coming out a couple years?
Urban Legends.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, but Batman showed up in that. I think that last Outsiders.
Bang. I think, I don't know. I ain't gonna hold you. I might run out. I might run out of people to think of.
Mm-hmm.
Unless somebody got to come up with a knockout.
Here's the thing. I haven't read the book, so I don't know if this is a good idea. But Ryan North, the guy writing Fantastic Four right now.
Oh,
No, I'm hearing good things about Fantastic Four. I haven't read it either, but I've heard
Fantastic Four
great.
is amazing. Okay,
I hear
really
really good
good.
stuff. But the thing that like makes me kind of like think it's a cool idea is the structure of the book, because it's like every issue is like its own standalone. From what I hear, like pretty much, other than like issue 10 and 11, which is like a two-parter, I think it is. They're all like standalone. They're all like one-offs, basically.
Well, they're very episodic. I want to. They still follow like a very structured kind of storyline, but it's very like okay now it's like I think the first arc and a half is like they're on a road trip basically. So like new town, new adventure, but they're still like going along shit. It's really good.
I haven't read anything from him.
I think that would be cool, like a pretty neat structure for like for a run for Batman. I don't know, like doing like episodic crime story.
Ever decides to come back to comics, Ta-Nehisi Coates, like his Panther, everybody talks about, but his Captain America was really good, and so if you throw him on a Batman, I can see that. Give me Coates.
That'll be. I can see that just off like the what is it? Just off the news alone, I can see that lighting the streets up. Because I know how people feel about Coates. That would light these streets up. But yeah, I think I don't know. If I say anybody else now, it'll just be me trolling. Yeah, I don't. I mean,
I'm just throwing the name out there. I don't really know if I would pick that. But
I think Denise Camp is good for team stuff. I need to see how he does individually, and I think he's still fairly new, if I'm not mistaken. But one thing that does give me some good signs about him, I think he's a historian.
I think so.
He has yes, he's a historian, if I'm not mistaken. He has like some big academia background, so that would be dope. But I know you mentioned Ryan North. There's a lot of good writers, but the problem is like that Batman office is so tough.
Yeah,
it's like a lot of these people, I see you throwing them on tech before throwing them on Batman. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, because Batman, like, we have to be honest, guys. Since Snyder, nobody has been able to stay consistent with that Batman book. Nobody.
Yeah, I agree.
I feel like it's because they play against their strengths when it comes to Batman. That you get someone who like has a certain style, and they're like, okay, but now we gotta make it like Batman-y. They just bring all these conceptions about what Batman needs to be, and like that's not what you're good at. You know, it's not what. And I feel like they stretch themselves. I remember when the guys who did Flash, the New 52 Flash, Francis Manipul and Brian Puccilato, they got Detective, and like it was like night and day. Like Flash, I love the New 52 Flash. I know it's like it's kind of aged badly. People are like, oh, it's not as good as we thought, or it's been very generic. I think it holds up. But when you got the Detective, it's like he's so lifeless. Like they don't bring any of that energy because they're trying to make it too.
I mean, we've heard from a few people now, writers, I should say. You know, they'll say that there will be certain issues of Batman that will just, for all intents and purposes, might as well be written by editorial. You know, they I know King said that about Didio when it came time for the Alfred Death issue, which was initially supposed to be a fake out. He like, yeah, that issue is pretty much all Dan, and he's not the only person. When they were talking about how fitting some stuff together for what's going to come with Absolute Power and Absolute Universe, Zdarsky was like, those are very more so collaborative issues than what I'm used to doing on my own. So yeah, I think a lot of times with Batman, there's not going to be as much leeway as,
but
even tech, you'll get more of it over there than you will on the main book.
But I kind of see what Elvis is saying too, because it's like, yes, there is an editorial aspect to it, but I also see the scenario where like somebody gets on and they're like, oh, I just want they, they kind of abandon what their strengths are to
Yeah,
try to say something on Batman. And I
that I
think
mean
that's
that's
what
the problem with a lot of not even just Batman. When you get on a marquee book, a lot of times people, hey, they'll focus more on that. Hey, what can I say with this character? You'll put that ahead of, hey, let me just tell a good story first. Like,
yeah.
Mm.
not everything has to be a message about anything really. Sometimes just, hey, focus on your story, your themes will present themselves over the course of your story. You don't have to try to hammer it home. It will become apparent, especially when you talk about a long form run. Well, not lately with some of these Batman books, but for the most part, when a book that is lasting 80 plus issues on a single run, like, yeah, themes will emerge on their own, my guy.
Hmm. It's not one of those things that you just got to kind of just like naturally let it happen. Like
Yeah.
that's why I've gravitated more towards tech, because it's like, I'll be that guy. I liked I liked a lot of King stuff, but no, I'm not gonna lie also too. It's like, yeah, like there were some points like, yeah, nigga, you trying a little bit too hard sometimes.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, same thing with like Tynan and everybody else that came after. It's like, hey, you trying a little bit too hard. But the reason why I like tech is because it's like, yeah, these
Tech
guys
was
they let
pure
their strength,
Ramsey.
huh?
Tech was just pure
It
Ramsey.
was exactly, it was pure MV. Like for me, even though like I think it's second to V's, that's why I like Mariko Tamaki, because
Yeah.
that's Mariko Tamaki. That, and then even then Hills, yes, it was a setup for another book, but that's still Hill. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
for I can pinpoint areas in tech where more of the artist, excuse me, more of the writer is coming out versus um Batman, where it's just like, all right, bro, you trying too hard. It's not natural. And I think that's what it works here. Like, give me simple and I'll take simple and natural every day.
Absolutely.
Give me
Absolutely.
that. That's fine. It doesn't need, bro. Y'all know me. The big concepts go over my head. I'm not, when it comes to big concepts, I'm stupid. That's why I need to have somebody like Sal break shit down to me like I'm a fucking dummy on back issues. No, no, that's a preview for another video. No, but I give Sal his credit, right? Because there's a lot of big books like a Metal, Infinite Frontier, or big books like those, bro. I can get like the character work of it, but when it comes to the big story, it don't work for me. I'm sorry. I need somebody to dumb it down. And that's why I appreciate that channel. But even though when it comes to Batman, a lot of people get on there, they think, oh, that's why I didn't like what Scott did on Death Metal. Nigga was trying to channel Grant Morrison. Nigga, you're not Grant.
Hmm.
You're not him. Sorry. You're not him. But yeah, like be yourself. Be yourself on Batman. I think I could write a good Batman run.
I
Now
think
I'm lying.
I think a lot of creatives could. I think you're gonna run into the wall that is editorial on Batman. 95% of people are at some point over the course of the Batman run into editorial, dog.
That's
Like
fine.
you
Give
can
me time.
pinpoint the moment it happened with Zdarsky when Gotham War. You
Oh yeah.
can
Well,
pinpoint the moments it happened with Tynan after Joker War. You can pinpoint the moment when it happened with King, when it was, okay, hey, we're gonna cut you off 15 issues short of what you had going on. Like, you're gonna run into that wall eventually. What's my man Williamson didn't, because Williamson only wrote 6 issues. Like, he's the one person in recent memory who has not had a clash with editorial on Batman, it seems like.
oh yeah, because he was never supposed to be on that book. Never,
Exactly.
never. I mean, to
Um,
close, like I think that. What's up? What's up, Steph?
No, that I was just thinking, like, off the top of my head, I think, we're talking about people what we want, right? But also thinking of it realistically. Has Jeremy Adams ever, like, has he ever done Batman?
No.
Shit. I don't.
Oh, wait, time out. Okay. I'm gonna break the rules for him.
Okay.
What did he
Okay.
do? with Batman?
Council, do we count Thomas Wayne?
Oh right, he did
I
Flashpoint.
don't.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with no.
I mean, I'm gonna count that.
You're gonna count it, Elvis?
Well, no, because
But
it's
also,
covered in by
to
John.
be fair, also wait, I gotta throw another caveat in there. It wasn't just him. It was
Yeah, it was
him
covered in by John. Yeah.
and Sheridan and Johns. It was 3 other people. So do we count Thomas Wayne?
No, I don't.
No.
AJ says no. Steph says no.
I'll say
Elvis,
no.
what do you?
No.
Okay, fine. Go ahead. Continue.
No, that was it. Like, I'm just saying, like, if they wanted, like, somebody who was, like, I don't know, from what I hear about Jeremy, is like, he's not, he's not bad in any way, but he's, like, kind of, like, unimpressive, and he's very, he's
a
very
journeyman.
stock. He's a journeyman.
safe.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
safe.
he's very safe. He's very stock. If you wanted him on, like, a Batman run, that was like, you wanted, like, a safe, very, very, unexperimental, but generic, but it would, it would get you, a pretty hefty shelf life, especially if like Zdarsky is at 31. I mean, it would be probably good right now to go for the safe bet. I can see him probably, maybe then at least asking him, because he's on Green Lantern and they just put him on Aquaman.
Yeah.
And he's going to be on Absolute Flash. Wait, no, that's Jeff Lemire. Never mind. I mean, that'd be 3 books. Maybe that's too much, but, like, realistically, I can see them at least asking him, right?
The problem, I see what you're saying, but this is why I also had that caveat of, like, we need somebody new. We need new faces, because it's like, as much as I like Jeremy Adams is also very wholesome. Like, his writing is very wholesome. Like, I see Jeremy Adams as a better version of Tom Taylor, and
I see him as like Jeff Johns is Tinian. Scott Snyder was like mentoring Tinian for, like, the longest ass time. I see him as like his Tinian.
Okay. All right, I can see that. But I think I don't know if Jeremy Adams is gonna move the needle. Like, for me, Aquaman on Jeremy Adams, it makes sense. Jeremy Adams on Green Lantern, it makes sense. But I don't know if it's.
Wait a minute. Has PKJ written Batman?
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Batman right now.
Shit! Oh shit!
He's writing Batman and Robin right now.
Yeah, thank you. That's right.
Never mind.
I knew it was somewhere. So I'm like,
yeah, you were excited for a second.
Never mind.
Because I mean, like, if you want to talk about an obvious choice, right? Like, he can do the gritty, he can do the dark, but he can do the hopeful. He can give it all to you, really. As far as the one area I wonder is, again, editorial. That's why the Jeremy Adams thing. The Jeremy Adams, he's probably one of the few people that you can get a long run from these days, because he's going to be able to, play nice with editorial. So you could probably get a 50, 60 issue arc out of him. Because, even War World, as great as it was toward the end, PKJ has talked about, that's why that story does not conclude inside the pages of Action Comics, because he wanted the bigger final issue. You know, I know we'll do it, so we do it here in a special issue. Like little stuff like that is you know, I don't think on a Batman run it's I don't
I mean,
think that happen.
I'm the only reason I got initially excited, as everybody would saw, but the only reason I look thinking back now, it's like I think PKJ needs a little bit more under his belt. If I'm being honest, like War World, despite my feelings of it, I get that it was a well-needed Superman story for the time. I'm gonna give it its credit, but I think he needs a little bit more. He needs something else that's gonna knock it out the park. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
I don't disagree. It's just, you know, with him, he has to split so much of his time between the military. It's like you can't get super long runs out of him, right? So, like the John Stewart War Journal, that was great. You know, I've heard rumblings.
It's supposed to be ongoing.
Yeah, I've heard rumblings that they wanted to continue it, and he, you know, he because his schedule is what it is, and his schedule is unpredictable at times.
It's not rumblings. He said it. He said it. It's not rumblings.
Okay.
Yeah, he said it. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, and Batman demands a lot of time. I mean, look for fuck's sake, like they got Jim Lee working on like goddamn how many issues ahead of time.
Yeah.
So Batman is
they're gonna give Lee and Loeb, they're gonna give you a year on that book.
Yeah.
And so, you know, Zdarsky said
this is breaking my heart hearing you guys say this.
Huh?
Because I'm sorry, All-Star Batman deserves to finish, man.
And DC is not going to touch that with a 10-foot pole.
Wait, time out. Wait, hold on. Are you talking about, because I know Snyder did an All-Star Batman.
No.
I'm talking about All-Star
Batman
and
Robin. The
real All-Star Batman.
Oh.
The real one.
Oh, okay.
It was Frank Miller and Jim Lee.
But it was to run 18 issues. They only did like 9.
It is the best. It is the best worst comic you will ever read in your life.
It is fun.
Worst comic is crazy, bro. Wait, what?
It is the best.
I hate. It's just fun. It's just if you read the scripts, and I hate Linkara. Linkara did a video on it. Okay, I don't want to bring up Linkara that much, but he read the scripts like on his video. I was like, oh, I can't believe how sexist and weird Frank Miller is being. Frank Miller's script is like, you know what? Let's just have a lot of goofy, fun stuff in here. And it's fun. It's fun. Goofy's fun. I like it.
But and that's the other thing too. If you brought, because Miller would want to keep doing it in that same tone, and yeah, DC's not gonna let you. They're not gonna.
No.
Like, oh man. Like, now, don't get me wrong. It would be a sales juggernaut, because if you completed that story, like Elvis wants it completed just for the story. I'm like, that would be like one of your lost grails as far as comic goes. Like, it would make a killing sales wise, but the think pieces alone, it wouldn't be worth it.
Oh God. No way.
But damn, now I'm trying to think of somebody else, man.
Yeah, man. There's so many options, but like the thing is like, realistically speaking, you could throw anybody in there, but the problem is that there's a lot of nuance.
Mm-hmm.
The nuance is the killer when it comes to Batman. If we were talking about any other character, I guarantee you it wouldn't be this hard. But because it's Batman, you have to throw the nuance in there. You have to expect certain things.
And then another factor I think we not even considering, some people just straight up don't want to deal with that, dog. So they like, you know what?
Yeah.
Let me stay clear. Same thing with Spider-Man. That's why, you know, it's having the trouble it is now finding new creatives. Part of that is because of the fandom too, but it's like, you know what? I just don't want those problems.
Oh, I think Chip is been very vocal about not one of them problems.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so no, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it at all. No way. But yeah, honestly, nah. Like, I don't know. I've been asked if I would ever write. Try to ever write. I would love to write, but if I was to ever write for Batman, it would have to be either a separate miniseries, or two, tech.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
I gonna hold you. I'd fight somebody if I had to do the main Batman book. I'd fight.
I don't blame you, man. I really don't.
Like for me, like the only good side I would see of writing Batman is that the potential of sitting down in a room and planning out a year's worth or a
Yeah.
year or two's worth with the other creatives, like a Nightwing or Detective or whatever other Batman books. I think I would have more fun doing that because I would love to say, oh, hey, how can your book line up with my book and can we make some things happen? I would like that, but just the thought of just having to deal with somebody breathing down my neck. Oh nah, bro. And the fact I'm an independent contractor, I'm slapping the shit out of you.
And see, and that's that brings me you talking about somebody breathing down their necks. Like, yeah, because the one thing with that is leadership changes and executive changes. Like a lot of times, you like DC. Most people agree that DC is in a better place since Dan DiDio has been shown the door. Right?
Bring them back. My fault.
I know you're more positive on them than most, but most people think, hey, it's a better place. Hell, that's the reason Mark Waid came back to DC.
Now he's leaving, like little crybaby.
I don't think
he's not leaving. He's not leaving. He's not leaving.
I think it's gonna be my books, the quality of my book might go down. He's not.
He ain't leaving, bro.
He's just a whiner all the time, man. He whines about everything.
But Batman is a book, much like Spider-Man. It does not matter who the boss is. You are gonna have to deal with a boss breathing down your neck on that book, because that is the book that makes the rest of the company go. Like I was I can't remember who I was talking to, but when it first came out that Chip was leaving off the book, and somebody couldn't figure it out why it was why he was leaving, and talk about, and like, oh, it can't be a sales thing, it's still selling really well. It's a top 10 book. And I'm like, yeah, bro. Yes, that's selling well for 99.9% of other books in the industry. And even if it was Chip's choice, which, like I said earlier, the two statements don't line up.
Mm-hmm.
But a Batman book being number 7, that would set off alarm bells at DC.
Yeah.
Right. Like, because I think that was when that announcement happened. That's when I looked it up. And yeah, this one, like you said, the sales chart has picked it up on a day where that 31 is not an accurate number of what it's going to actually end up being.
Yeah.
But I don't think they have been happy with the numbers on the book for probably about the past year and a half now, just because of what the Energon universe has shook up the whole industry, dog. Ultimates came from Marvel and it shook things up. Ultimates was knocking out ASM for the longest. Now, it hadn't been as taken as hard of a hit as Batman, but it's been times where that book has been like probably in the lower end of the top 5, maybe even out of the top 5. And I just think that is really shaking some people's thought process in these companies. So I think now people, if you go by Twitter, that's the worst fucking Spider-Man run ever. Like I said, I only read a couple issues, so I don't know. But so that's making a change, even though I think the new creative has been on ASM before. Zdarsky, he's leaving. He says it's his choice, so all right, I'll take you at your word. But I don't think these companies have been happy with their 2 flagship books.
Yeah.
quote unquote lagging in sales. I don't think that's a good thing for them, even if it's just from a perceptive issue, perception issue. Excuse me. Um, you know, Absolute Batman and Absolute Wonder Woman coming out in number 1 and number 2. That's great. But then, as I talked about earlier tonight, and we know it's not going to be accurate, but seeing Batman at 31, y'all said it yourselves, like that doesn't even sound right.
Yeah, no way, no way.
So I think that's gonna cause some some stomach aches over at DC, and we'll see what happens with ASM. But I'm sure they've had some stern conversations over there at Marvel as well.
I think it was this was a conversation I had with Sai a while ago. I think it was a couple months ago. She mentioned we were talking about Black Panther. I think I think what the big two wants to see is that they want to see their marquee titles on the main line, and they want to see the marquee titles on their alternate lines both thrive. Like, I think that's good for business on both ends, and I think that's what they want, because it's like I see a scenario where Marvel is just like, all right, we Black Panther hasn't really been doing well, but Ultimate Black Panther has. What can we do to get people behind T'Challa again? And like I said, I think Avengers 20 and Black Panther Blood Hunt was a good first step of that. And now they have to do the work.
To the response of those two, by the way.
So Absolute Batman, mainline Batman, I think they want to see that same thing. Spider-Man, I think they definitely want to see that same thing, because it's easy to be lazy, right? It's easy to be lazy. It's easy to be like, you know what, Batman is still selling the way it is, even though there's no hype behind it. But Absolute Batman is doing well. No, I think if you're a smart business person, you want both of them to be firing off. Like, even though I could care less about Hush 2, I know the announcement for Hush 2 that got people a little excited. Like, oh, somebody like me, I know what the game is. Like I said, I know it's a placeholder. But the average person, they see Hush coming back and it's Jim Lee and Jim Loeb and Jeff Loeb. That's good. But how can we keep that going? That's what they want to see. So I think I would hope. I know for DC, it's a little bit more likely that they're gonna, try to up the ante with both their main and ultimate lines. But I kind of want to hope that Marvel does the same thing as well. You know what I'm saying? X-Men's not good right now, guys. I like Jed McKay, but X-Men is not good. I'm sorry. It's a book that it's fizzled out. It's a book that should never fizzle out. But Ultimate X-Men, how do you let Peach Momoko up? Let's talk about it. Peach Momoko, a fucking cover artist. How you let her upstage you on X-Men? Come on now. And good job by
doing a lot of interesting stuff, man.
Huh?
Like I don't like Ultimate X-Men, but it's doing something unique.
Yeah.
In a bold way. I don't like it. I think it's boring as hell, but it's doing something really striking.
It's exactly like how you let Peach Momoko. And no disrespect to Peach Momoko, but like, come on now.
And then the other party with the X-Men, especially, you got to remember there was already a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths. No matter how folks felt about the quality level at the end of Krakoa, it was, hey, we see that this is just a blatant attempt to go, almost kind of back to basics stuff because let's be honest, what it is, hey, you had X-Men 97 coming out, you're getting ready to push X-Men in the MCU. We know that you want to end this era that has been mostly popular. You want to end this to get back to what is more familiar to folk, so you can bring in the folk who have become lapsed from the line. Then you can bring when these projects come out, when these shows and films come out, And now you get the few people who do see it and decide to say, hey, I want to check out the comics. So they go to their shop, and now, hey, we can hand them a book that's somewhat familiar to what we're doing, as opposed to if you watch X-Men 97 and then you go pick up the first issues of like the Krakoa era, and we're alluding to mutant orgies and shit like that. Like, people are gonna be like, hey, yo, what is this? What's going on? Compared to what I just watched on my screen, either at home or in a movie theater, it's going to be a bit of a disconnect. So it's a naked cash grab. So, it was already a poor taste in people's mouths from that. And then when you announce McKay, who I like McKay, we just talked about, sung his praises earlier in this podcast. But when you put him on the book, and it looks very much back to basics. When you look at Gail Simone, who again, I'm a fan, but I'm sorry, dog. I look at that and I'm like, oh, 90s, which the 90s were great, cool, lovely.
I ain't gonna hold you, bro. I forgot that book was coming out after like 2 issues.
Dog, I have not read a single one of any of the new X-Men book. I saw a panel on the timeline the other day, and I'm like, all right, fuck it, fine, I'll read it, because it looked like McKay might have been spitting on that one image, but I don't have high hopes for any of it. And yeah, the hype level around it this is just anecdotal, is my timeline, what I'm going by. But dog, every Wednesday it was an X-Men hashtag was trending during that last era, X spoilers or whatever, because of what was happening in them books, and I see very few people talking about it now. And to Rose's point, that shouldn't be happening with the X-Men.
Shouldn't be
happening. Should always be a point of conversation.
Let me tell you, when shit is popping right now. Let me tell you when this is when the big two is popping. When every single week, when Batman come out, bro, this is how you know Batman gonna be popping. When I wake up, bro, I see bare spoilers on the timeline. Bare naked, ass naked, titties, dick hanging out. Do you remember the last time I seen a bare titties, ass, dick hanging out spoiler for Batman?
You didn't need to say it a second time. You really didn't.
Mixed
like, we
images,
understood it the first time. We get what you're saying. Like, it's cool. It's great. We understand. We got it.
Fuck you, Steph.
No, I'm kind of missed it. No. Say it again.
You horny fuck.
It's like 11, man. It's middle of the night. That time.
Listen, but yeah, for all jokes aside, though, like, that's how you know shit's popping, right? Like, how you the absolute power? How I see bare titties and ass dick supposed for absolute power over Batman? That's crazy. That's crazy. But that's how you know. Like, I need to see all of these spoilers on my timeline first thing when I wake up. The streets need to be firing off. I need to see Batman trending, Spider-Man, Superman. Like, I need to see all that trending, bro. Like, and I know Twitter is only like a small percentage, but I hate to say it at the same time too. It's kind of what what's happening in the streets. Mm-hmm. Like, bro, I can't remember the last time I saw X-Men trending that wasn't movie related. I can't remember the last time I saw Spider-Man trending that wasn't something that was pissing people off. And even then, Spider-Man wasn't really trending that much. Same thing goes for, Avengers or any of these other big books. You know what I'm saying? Like, the energy has fizzled down. The Ultimate books or the mainline books, they've taken over. They've taken over that spot. But I think we need to get to a point, and I think the big two realizes, bro, we need both of them on that same point, because that means more money. That means more press. That means more social media impressions. And I did read Tynan's Substack. Yeah, the big two pays attention to social media. So when you see certain shit on social media,
we've known that while now.
Like when we see
Good and bad, but
good and bad, but when we see some shit trending over the others, it's like, what are we doing here? It should be level headed. Like everything should be level headed. But so I think hopefully that's what we're aiming for. But yeah, man, it's been dry for too long. Batman shouldn't be a dry book. I'm sorry. Even with Tynan, I ain't gonna hold you. I saw more shit popping off over there with Tynan. Williamson, I see shit, and I'm not surprised because Williamson was not there to do anything serious.
Mm-mm.
But Tynan, I saw more shit popping off for.
Zdarsky, the last time I think I remember seeing when people were pissed off at Gotham War.
That's it.
And before that, it was Batman falling from the moon.
That shit was fire though.
Those were
That
like
was
the
fire.
last two times I remember the timeline really talking about what was happening in Batman.
Yeah, but other than that,
And only one of those was a positive, so that's even worse.
Yeah, man. So we bro, they to close, bro. All they just need is somebody that's not Jim Lee to get shit going. Because let's even bring up Justice League, right? Say how you feel about Mark Waid. The way they were able to handle the Justice League is great. There's legitimate hype after Justice League. I can see. Justice League is coming out soon. I think next week or some shit.
Yeah, I think it is next week. I'm still convinced they let it go. We're coming up on 2 years without the Justice League book?
Yeah, but now though, there's some good energy behind it.
Oh, absolutely. I just didn't think they had the balls to do it.
But you see, there's some good energy behind it. So that hopefully I see Justice League trending a little bit more. But yeah, man, like it's all a testing ground. Some shit works, some shit don't. But yeah, man, we gotta fix up what we're doing, man. Like the alternate universe shit should always be on par with the mainline stuff. You can't get lazy. You can't get lazy. That's not good business. I'm not a business person, but you can't get lazy. You can't get lazy. But listen, y'all, it's 11:16, at least on my end. I've had enough whiskey on me. I'm putting the bottle. I'm retired. This is old man road tapping out.
Right.
And also I'm about to cook some food. I'm about to start cooking food in the next 15 minutes too as well. I shouldn't be cooking food, but I'm gonna cook food anyways. Because fuck it. But yeah, I do want to say thank you to everybody who's tuned in. Thank you to all you fellas who came and dropped by. Appreciate you, Elvis, Quentin, Steph, AJ. Appreciate all you guys, man. Listen. I think we needed this after the crazy week that has been on the politics side and the current events side. So I think the streets needed this as well. People just needed a place to come and chill, and we got 7 people in here still, so which is great. But thank you guys. I appreciate you all. I'll give everybody their second, to go ahead and plug themselves. But again, if you're new to the channel and you enjoy the content, this is what we do. I talk my shit solo, and I talk my shit with the homies, and we do our thing. And if you're a returning person, thank you. And also, since we're here, I'm at 869 subscribers.
Nice.
This is my first time actually talking about all this shit on stream. 2 weeks ago it was at 800. Maybe a week and a half ago it was at 800. Now it's at 869. You guys are crazy people. Y'all are crazy people, man. Y'all are insane. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. But a lot of that couldn't have happened without the people here on this panel. So that goes for Elvis, that goes for AJ, that goes for Steph, that goes for Quentin, who's not here, that goes for Cy, who's also not here, that goes for Ben and Mark. But I just want to take the time to say I'm not here without my homies. The homies are why this channel is still going after 4 to 5 years. Because if it was just up to me, I don't know if I could keep doing it. But these guys are the reasons why I still do this thing. So, fellas, I appreciate all you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
No problem, bro.
But first up, Hold on. Steph is back. But yeah, first up,
Yeah,
I'm
there
gonna
we
give you guys y'all a chance to promote yourselves. Steph, you're first up, man. Go ahead.
All right. Well, I mean, you can find me at at Steph_man_ I don't know. I'm not really that active, so like, I mean, if you're expecting to see me, I used to be wild on the timeline, like bro used to say, but
Come back. Come back.
I'm not.
Stop. No, come back. I'm tired of being the only wild one on the timeline. Come back. Help me.
We could show the DMs from like a few days ago, but I don't think we should do that. We could show that, but I think that's a TOS violation. I don't think we can show that picture. I expected you to react to it, and you just kind of didn't say anything. No.
Okay,
no,
fine.
no.
Go ahead. Continue.
Okay, I will describe the picture so that
It's two dicks holding each other. All right.
Yeah. Okay, so basically he's like he personally thanked me for being a part of like the journey and whatever. He's like, thanks for helping me hit 800. And then it's like it's two guys dapping each other up with like their arms like normal, but it's also they're dapping each other up with their dicks too. And it says bros on it.
Jesus Christ.
Is this the account where I tweeted Popeye chiseling his cock? Is this the account that I? Yeah, no, it is. All right.
Yes.
And I added Joe Biden asking him if that was him.
No, if this channel is not suspended, bro.
Okay, at Steph_man_ I don't know. I'm not active that much, but I don't know. Maybe I will be. I don't fucking know.
All right, AJ, bro, you're next.
Yeah. Damn, what is my at Mr_Mitchell_ the number 2_ the letter U. Yeah, I'm there. I'm usually talking about comics this week's been a bit different since Tuesday was a shit show, but yeah, I got what is it, Blue Sky, in case Twitter goes off the rails. I don't know any of my information over there, so yeah, maybe I'll have it for you next time. But you can find me there giving hot takes.
Why does it sound like you're holding off a laugh, bro? Just fucking laugh.
I have at least until until Twitter shits the bed. You can find me over there.
All right, yeah, you can find me on Twitter at _SNICKMAN, which I am not moving over to Blue Sky. It's gonna be a different username on Blue Sky. It's designated Dave on Blue Sky. I don't really use it because it's so boring there. I mean, unless Ro and all these folks here start using it more consistently, I'm not even gonna be there, honestly. But just in case.
Oh shit! Oh, absolutely. Wonder Woman's trending. Oh shit!
Oh
wow!
Because of you.
Oh, neat.
Because of you.
Yo, listen, no. The actual Wonder Woman shit would be trending. Nah, actually, no. King blocked me. I don't know if I told you. King blocked me.
I heard that.
Yeah, he blocked.
Good.
Yeah, he blocked.
Because yes, I hate King. So he needs to do even more terrible shit.
No. Listen. Actually, yo, you know what? Actually, no. I don't want Kelly Thompson to block me. I like Kelly Thompson.
Yeah, no. Don't do it for that one.
No,
don't do that, bro.
Yeah,
don't do this again.
I will. Word. All right, word. Thank you guys. Appreciate y'all. We are at 869 subs. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, I will do this is crazy. Like I skipped did I do a 500 sub stream? I skipped doing a 600 one, a 700 one, an 800 one. Because the road to each has just been crazy. But we will do a 900 sub one. That's gonna happen before the end of the year. It was going to be 800, but the videos that I dropped have just been going crazy. So yeah, I can't do that anymore. So we will do a 900 sub one. And yeah, it'll be a good time. It'll be ass, titties, and dick, and pretty feet all over the place. It's gonna be wild. I plan to get buck wild on this stream. I ain't gonna hold y'all. So just listen. If you're trying to see some shit, bro, you guys subscribe. You guys subscribe. Like this is the 900 sub stream is gonna be a legendary stream, and the 1,000 sub stream, they might kick me off of YouTube for that one. I'm warning y'all now, man. Listen, I'm going crazy on that stream, but for 900, I'm going crazy on that one too. But for real, I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for the support. And yeah, I'll see you guys soon. I have another video that's coming out in the next couple of days. I just need to sit down and edit it. But yeah, expect to see me back at some point, or me and the homies. Me, Elvis, and not Elvis. Me, AJ, and Quinn. We will have the Green Arrow wrap up done soon. We just got to get that out the way. I know Captain America's coming out. I do want to get Elvis and AJ back together, so we can do that. And Steph.
Which Captain America, the comic or the movie?
No, the movie, bro.
Oh, it's got to watch that now.
Yeah, yes, we have to. No, it's about to. No. Listen, I don't know. Is this one? It's.
Don't you mean the Falcon movie, bro? What do you mean the Falcon movie?
Dare you?
What's such a sad
How dare? Yes, the Sam Wilson Captain America movie. We're gonna put respect on his name, even though he's better at Falcon. But yeah,
I mean, he's good in the comics, but I don't like what his face is, whatever his name.
Yeah,
Mackie.
Yeah.
Him.
So we'll definitely reunite for that. Steph, definitely. We need to do another follow-up for Transformers, by the way.
Yeah, we need to do another Transformers. We're on issue 15 now.
Oh god damn! Oh shit! Yeah. Fuck! Damn! I let that shit slip. Okay. My fault.
Yeah. What was you were talking about? Not to interrupt, but you were talking about when you said thank you for 800. You said you had an alternative topic in mind, and
yes. I don't know. I guess we kind of covered it, but I think we can in a separate video. But it's you and I didn't know the homie on the time, my Taylor. I wanted to talk the absolute stuff with them as well.
Okay.
So we can at some point. I would love to just chop it up, and we can legitimately talk about the first three absolute books and really go in depth about those, because I do want to have that on the repertoire as well. But yeah, we'll sort that out. But as always, you're more than welcome to join in for our shenanigans. But yeah,
for sure. So I think I said it too. No, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, no, I said it before. I was like, I took a guess. I think it was in the DMs. I was like, let me guess. It's basically Ultimate Countdown, but for the absolutes, and it sounds like it. Yeah. Yeah.
So I want to do something similar like that. So look forward to that. And thank you guys. For everybody who's been checking out Ultimate Countdown, that's been going pretty well. Comics Code Authority, that's never dying. We just need to. I think for now we're just kind of do movie stuff, because I don't have the capacity to cover shit week to week on comic books anymore. I don't. I
gotta get you on for Craven. Okay.
Oh yes. Oh yes, absolutely. I will. I don't know. That one might. I don't know if that's gonna be a 1, 2, 3 movies classic. I might have to go to the theaters for that one.
You got it.
Yeah.
We all get the Sinister Six movie going.
Yeah. But for real, please check out the OG Comics Code Authority episodes we got up on there. Please check out the Ultimate Countdown. So those are the two podcasts that I'm actively in. But listen, y'all, I appreciate you guys. It was a wonderful stream. I'm so happy I was able to get you guys on here. Much love, much peace. It's your boy Rover Queen, and the rest of my homies, and we are Out.
Squirting or cream team?
Yo.
I'm just saying.
That's-
These are essential questions. We do have to answer these questions. Like, I'm just saying, like,
Fellas, squirting or cream team?
cream team, 100%.
Elvis.
This is crass. Crass. I'm a good Christian boy.
You answer the question though.
Cream.
Yeah,
Let's go.
there we go.
Let's go. All right, Joe, we out of here. Then before you some kicks us out. Peace.
All right, okay, Charlie.